Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Critical Role, where we nerdy-ass voice actors.
Wait,
No. Is that wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just look in front of you.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
It's the blue thing.
Yes, that's right. Sorry for everyone who. Are we coming off the Critical Role rebroadcast? Out of curiosity. Not today. We're not. Oh, okay. Well, then that just drove the dagger home, didn't it? Sorry, guys. Sorry. That's just like salt in the wound. So yes, welcome to episode 3 of Eric's TBD RPG, the show where I didn't get to choose the name. Today we have Amy Dallin and our good friend Gina, who has come back to finish or perhaps continue. Yes. From our last adventure, we do not have Duncan today because Duncan's got the flu. Which sucks. I don't know if a lot of y'all may not know this, but it's actually raining here in LA today. And as you know, Los Angeles is allergic to rain. So everyone on the road, someone just sneezed. Was that Denise? Oh no, that's Ryan. It's Glitter Lord sneezing off to the side. You poor man. He sneezes glitter, by the way. We were having to hire somebody just to sweep up after him.
Gross.
So we have we are also down Mike, so Bargle Bill will be out today because Mike is swamped with social stuff. He's making sure that the house doesn't burn down online, which is good because burning is bad, as the doctor once said. He's seen that before, and burning is bad, and he never wants to see it again. Quick announcement, since this is the Doctor Who show, we have to give a special shout out to the 4th Doctor, Tom Baker, because today is his birthday.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Yes, indeed. Happy birthday, Tom Baker. Definitely one of the most iconic actors in the sci-fi community, period.
Mm-hmm. I wish we had little poppers.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I wish we all had scarves. Unfortunately, Duncan had the scarf, and Duncan is sick, so we hate him even more. Happy birthday to Tom Baker, and also thanks again for all the Whovians out there. I know Critical Role has critters, and what does Vast have again? What is the Vast name? Vastronauts, which is great. We just have Whovians. We didn't make that up. Whovians are tuning in.
And we also have.
Oh, and we also have our what did we name him?
Floor of the studio.
I made a friend on the floor.
What did we name him?
We named him Glob.
Blob?
Glob.
Glob.
Wait, was it Glorb?
I think it was Blorb.
Glorb.
Blorb.
No, Glorb.
Glorb.
Or did you say Blorb?
I don't know.
Wow, he has a lot of names.
He has many names.
All of them
Blorb
sound
Glorb.
like the name for goo.
His name is Blorb Glorb. He is the sloth.
Glorb Glorb.
Blorb Glorb, and he will be joining us today. And I think with everything out of the way, unless you guys have any announcements, we can jump into the game. Do anybody want to announce anything or talk about anything? Minds and Crafts.
Next week, our
Back on
coming
Vast.
back after
Monday.
Really tumultuous mid-season finale.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
So get ready for total meltdown.
I'm still catching up. I have so much catching up to do on Vast.
Oh, then no
spoilers.
As the Whovians say,
in that case,
spoilers.
Yeah, I'm behind on everything. I'm 2 episodes behind on Crit Roll now too, so I'm kind of like last night when
We're
they
gonna be
started.
RPG'd out.
Yeah, I had to run out of the studio when they started playing last night because I've got to catch up. But that brings us to a game where we can time travel.
Yeah.
So let's jump in because when we last left off, you guys were in the process of staging something rather gutsy, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
You had come across Ambrose's ship at dock. He had weighed anchor just offshore of this island that you guys were collecting supplies on. And you essentially caught him and his crew with their pants down. They're currently on the beach doing what you guys did last night, which was partying it up and celebrating the fact that they're not on the damn beach anymore. So what you're seeing now as y'all are looking down onto this beach is scattered crew members everywhere drinking grog and kicking back. A few of them are coming and whatnot as they're carrying them towards the longboats. And of course the Abigail, Ambrose's ship, which is a gorgeous 3-masted frigate, which outguns and has outmaneuvered you guys every time, is just sitting there with her sails up, completely vulnerable, anchored off the port. You guys are on the other side of the island though, so it's going to take time to get back. But where we last left off is y'all were staging a surprise attack. Did you decide? And remind me, you guys decided that you were going to do this now. Were y'all going to sneak in there now and try to? Because
We were waiting till nightfall.
you were waiting for nightfall, but you weren't going back to the ship to get anything. Hey, you know what, Ryan? While you're sneaking in and trying not to be noticed, so that I don't bring you up on stream, do you think you could grab me a coffee at some point? That'd be great. Thank you so much.
I'll absolutely do that.
Yay.
Ryan Green, everybody.
Yay.
Since I'm here, your lava's muted. Just press a button.
Oh no! We haven't heard
So
you at all.
I don't know if you. Amy just revealed
Now it's
every.
set to mute.
Oh.
It wasn't before.
You guys couldn't hear Amy this whole time?
Well, that's awkward.
Well,
Because I thought.
yeah.
It now says mute.
Okay, give us a sec. Technical difficulties. Are we getting sound now? Is chat really pissed off?
Hashtag we know.
Sorry, guys. Hashtag we know.
Switching it back. How am I doing?
Switching it back. Yes, it'd be very weird if the doctor was quiet this episode.
I'll just stand really close to your face.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We both hear on one mic.
Just, yeah.
No, don't do that.
You guys have to hug for the rest of the game.
Okay.
The whole game.
You headbutted
It
me.
sounds great now, but 2 hours in, you're gonna regret that
Lies.
level of
I
love.
could hug Amy until the end of time.
That is
Which
true.
is like in an hour, right?
Something like that. No, it was. I think it was like 2 hours ago. Was it?
Okay.
What time is it? My new TARDIS
I
watch.
was the first to break. Damn it.
You guys see my new TARDIS watch?
That's gorgeous.
Yes, from BBC. I love this. It's got a police thing on it, and it's got the Gallifrey. It's great. It's really cool. Okay.
No, the last thing that we were
Buying time
building
here.
little pipe bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So
were
if I
making
remember
petards.
correctly,
Petards.
so did you? So then remind me. Did somebody go back to the ship, or you?
all
Yeah, they all went to the ship.
So you guys, okay, right. I remember you guys going back to the ship. You discovered the TARDIS had returned, and it has a new interior.
Yeah.
And you guys were plotting your next move.
Big old library
Duncan, his character, I believe, had just suggested. Silent had just suggested that you guys just skip town.
Yeah, he was like, "Why do we have to stay? Let's just go."
You know, it's a totally valid question. Like,
It totally
oh my
is.
God, you actually got me coffee. Thank you. I was trying to be a Hollywood prick, and you just assumed I was a Hollywood prick. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I like that. All right, and he got me
Little pit
creamers.
crew.
Doing.
Amazing. I feel this is gonna be a very energetic game now. So you had gone back to your ship, and if I remember correctly, then our fearless captain, who's
Me and Tall Jim.
you and Tall Jim, your first mates.
Yeah, and everyone was super stoked, and I made that super dope speech about them waiting so we could steal their ship and leave them marooned on the island rather than just murder them.
Yes.
And take the captain because he's worth way more money alive.
He is
Worth
yes.
more alive.
Real quick, a bit of information as well. There's a lot of rumors about the treasure that Ambrose has aboard the Abigail. And there's rumor that he might have some unique items on board that have been whispered about in ports as you guys have been trying to track him. So that's actually kind of helped bolster the crew a little bit as well. But you set the crew to work to making grenades, if I remember correctly, as you were saying before. So let's go ahead and jump right into the crafting process. I have a general skill trait here for your crew, so I'm going to roll them making grenades.
Yay!
And this will, they're not at a disadvantage or anything, but it will determine how well the grenades perform.
Okay.
Because, as some of you may or may not know, grenades back then were essentially metal balls filled with black powder and a wick.
Yep.
So,
And
they
if
were
they
not
blow up
really-
on you, you are hoist by your own petard.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
So,
I didn't understand that until you said the word petard to me, and then I was like, ha, hosted by your own. Okay, I got it now.
right.
Gina
I always
has
used
also
to
been
think
studying
it was
up
a
on
spirit.
pirate terminology.
I have
and-
been. I've literally been sitting here reading just like
Okay.
ship terminology, like port and starboard and things like that.
And there's a cat head, which
There's a
I
cat
really want to
head.
know what that
There's
is.
a cat head on pirate ships. It's
I'm a forecastle, which is a forecastle.
A what?
Really, like I've apparently forecastle is pronounced forecastle.
Oh, forecastle.
Yeah.
I would have said forecastle, so thank you.
Full castle. Yeah, full
And
castle.
also,
Forecastle.
the poop deck.
Poop deck.
Never gets old.
Nope,
We're grown-ups.
Okay. Sun has begun to set on this island. The crew, you can tell they're all a little. There was excitement at the announcement of this plan, but you can tell the men are starting to get a little anxious. Captain Ambrose, his reputation is very well earned, and no one is. Also, the proficiency of his crew, especially because when you were ambushed last time, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You guys had about 10-minute warning before that frigate was on top of you, which is astonishing. So you don't know what kind of fight you're going into. And also, Doctor, you're about,
Really hoping there won't be a fight.
yeah, but welcome to history. Bloodletting.
Change it, shall we?
Yes. So, So sun has begun to set. The men are all saddling up. You see them passing out swords, grenades, and whatnot. Everyone's loading up their guns. The mission here is to basically sneak up on the crew. It's also you're gonna. It's also kind of up in the air if you're going to be finding the same situation you left.
Right.
So it's a matter of getting there, getting through the jungle quietly, and then arriving and not being seen. And then from there, you guys can do as you see fit.
And the plan
So-
is that most of your crew will stay in the woods while we try to sneak on, right?
I think you
Correct.
guys are going to try to ninja this and try to get in
we're-
there and.
We're ninjing to find Ambrose.
But we
first.
couldn't think of any way that we could make them extra asleep other than waiting till they drink themselves into a stupor.
Yes.
Okay.
Judging by the day's success from what you know, especially you, Finn, one of the things you know about, because you yourself being a sailor, there's a good chance that these pirates are going to get shit-faced tonight
Yeah, why not?
and just have fun. They had a tremendous victory. They haven't been scratched. Last they saw of your ship, you'd been crippled and were limping away. They're probably not anticipating this.
Very
So.
fastly.
Yeah, so essentially you have, yes, very quickly. You guys totally got away fast thanks to your good rolls.
Yeah.
Essentially, you will have surprise on them. Whatever you choose to do, the advantage is going to be on your side. They do outnumber you,
Yep.
if you remember correctly. You have a crew of about, I think,
I wrote it.
you write it down?
Down, yeah.
I believe we said it was
You-
60? Was it 60 or 50 or 60?
60 men on the beach.
That was on the
does that
beach.
mean?
Yeah, so 60 crew members are on the beach. That means that's what you spotted.
Yeah.
A
and you said
frigate-
about 80, right?
Frigate has a crew of usually like 80 to 100 people.
Right.
And then a brig, your ship probably has about 40 to 60, I think. So you guys are definitely outnumbered, but again, the odds have been kind of evened. It's the Mutara Nebula situation from Star Trek 2. I will make as many Star Trek references as I possibly can in my lifetime, I swear to God. Okay, so let's go ahead and do... I'm going to go ahead and roll for your crew, and we're going to see how you guys get through the jungle. But Gina,
Yep.
Finn does he have any skills here that could help kind of guide your... You know what we could do? I could let you do a...
I have keen senses and I have sense of direction.
Okay, let's do this then. Let's make an ingenuity roll, and your... Let me check your skills here for a second. So one of the things I love about this game is how flexible you can do for the skill rolls, because you can really just be like, what is this? Okay, so let's do an ingenuity and survival, and I'll let you add your sense of direction to it,
Okay.
and that'll determine the speed in which you guys arrive. See how you guys can get across the island. So 2d6.
Sense of direction.
Yes. Ooh. Our Doctor Who dice are with us today.
Oh, sweet. No more Daleks and TARDISes.
A canine and a Cyberman head. Which,
Canine.
16.
16.
Yeah.
And the day that you've spent going back and forth on this island, from the time you found it to this cave that had the weird like openings and whatnot, and like traveling through and then coming back, you have managed to keep a pretty strong memory of like the best ways to navigate through the bush. It's a lot of thick foliage, and you do come across the occasional wild boar, but for the most part, your crew, they all manage to get by pretty quickly, considering you're marching. Is it your entire crew is coming with you? Are you going to have every man on deck?
Yes.
Okay, so your
No
entire
one's
crew.
guarding.
I love that because you're rolling hard 6 here. You're basically leaving your ship completely undefended. But the truth of the matter
I
is,
don't know.
if you're gonna pull the no. The truth is, I mean, I think personally, as a player
we're
myself,
going down swinging.
that's
man.
the thing. If you're
This
gonna
is
do
it.
this, go all in.
This is it.
So, okay,
We're outnumbered as it is. So
exactly.
We gotta go
So
down
just go
hard.
everything. Because if you lose, you're losing everything
And
anyway.
can you imagine the poor sad souls who have to stay behind when there's a fight? They're gonna leave the ship anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna
Might
be
as
like-
well let them come.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Knowing your men.
Yeah, they'll totally just come anyway.
Tall Jim probably approached you at some point and was like, Compton, they're going to come with us. Anyway. We might as
They're
well
just
do
gonna
this.
follow.
Yeah, they're just going to follow. All right, you guys make it back through the cave.
Yeah.
Using your navigational sense, everyone gets there in good time. Nobody trips, stumbles, falls, gives you guys away, anything like that.
My men are ready.
Your men are hungry. It's time for some revenge. And when they get to that lookout spot, you indeed see that the situation is the same. You hear lots of laughter, singing, really dirty jokes being shouted out on the beach. You see one cabin light lit on the Abigail in the captain's quarters.
Yeah, okay.
It's in the captain's quarters, yeah. You can see just swaying back and forth
Is there
on the waves.
can we tell any commotion like on the deck of the ship?
You can make a...
I'm gonna do that.
Yes. So I would say, in this case, I would say make an awareness transport roll. Which sounds unusual, I know.
Both of us?
No, just her, because she's
Okay.
going to be... special shout out to David Chapman, by the way, who is the designer of this game, who designed this game with Cubicle 7 and came up with the rule set. He's been incredibly useful. He's been messaging me on Twitter and like giving us updates and helping us sort out the rules because we just jumped into this game really fast. So,
We did a bit.
So thank you very much, Mr. Chapman.
Can I also add my keen senses since this is a sight roll?
Yes, I'll let you do
Cool.
that. So it's a +2, is that right?
18.
It looks with an 18,
Yeah.
which is
What's happening on that ship?
which is much. That's a fantastic or a good result. So what's happening on that ship? You see, there's probably, from what you can tell, the dark shapes moving underneath the lantern lights that are hanging over the masts. You see maybe 4 or 5 men on the ship, and one in the crow's nest. And from the looks of it, he's asleep. So, pants down completely here.
Yeah.
You also, from judging from that looks, it's very unlikely there's too many people below deck. So let's assume that there's maybe 4 or 5 more people below deck. It probably means he doesn't have a full complemented crew, which
So there's
means
like 80 people on the beach rather than 60 from before?
no, it's 60. It's still 60.
Still 60.
It looks like the most of the crew that was allowed to go onto the beach is there. So pretty much most of his men are on the beach.
A bit short-handed, are they?
It's looking good, Captain. Tall Jim leans into you, and he's got this murderous smile on his face. Looking real good.
I think the stars are in our favor tonight.
I think they've got a lot to answer for. Not just for us, but for everyone else they've ever harmed on the sea. And we're going to make a lot of money. A lot of bloody money.
That's what I like to hear.
You hear the murmurs. Everyone just sort of like...
And then
the,
shh.
And the money's all well and good, but do remember, the less blood, the more we get to take with us.
The less blood we spill, the more money we make, mates.
You hear some murmurs, kind of like...
The last thing we need is 60 awake pirates.
Yeah. All right.
Aye.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them are partying, but a lot of them look like they may have already passed out. Yeah. So you guys going to do your sneaky thing
Yes.
now? Take it.
All right, men. We're going down.
Captain, should I come with you?
No, you keep track of the men. If anything goes down, it's up to you.
Aye, Captain. Hear that, boys? And Tall Jim just kind of motions everybody, and everybody gets down low and just starts looking at each other, anxiously waiting. We'll be here for you, waiting for the signal, Captain.
All right. How many men should I take with us? We need some backup.
Who's your quietest?
Do I need to roll to know who's our quietest?
You could... I mean, when the doctor asks that question, you kind of look out over the pirates, and they're like...
None. Have you met a pirate?
Good point. I assume, for the purposes of today, Bargle
us,
and
right?
and,
Yeah.
and Cillian are back.
Bargle says, I don't mean to sound like, someone who isn't, go team, but, I don't think I want to, what's the word? Be stabbed, impaled, or killed. I feel like I could help Tall Jim here and maybe, impress everyone with how blue I am.
Excellent.
And that'll keep them quiet, I think. If that's all right.
All right.
Absolutely.
You know what? And why don't we say, for the purposes of this game, you decided to leave Cillian with the TARDIS. because somebody needs to be back
Yeah.
with the TARDIS.
And he's freaking out a little, which is
And
understandable.
plus, you don't want a Centauran waking up on the TARDIS and having free reign
Yeah.
of the TARDIS.
The Centauran has the box.
Yeah. So,
Also, we don't need to kill the human.
yeah. There's that.
There's that.
There's that.
Right.
All right.
Do you want to bring a couple?
Yeah.
you-
I'm gonna.
Men volunteer.
Yeah. Okay. How many men volunteer?
4.
4.
Well, more than that, but 4 is
I'll
probably.
pick
Tell
the
Jim.
first 4
Okay.
that I see.
All right. Cool. For the general purposes, you pick 4 of your pirate crew, your privateer crew,
Yeah.
to follow you, and you guys make your
Right.
way down. All right. So
I'll
now.
I'll give out a
weapons
final
then.
warning, like, if anyone sees any of those weather phenomena we were discussing, very quietly let me know and do not touch it. All
Tall
clear?
Jim says, "Don't throw any powder patches." into
Definitely
it."
do not throw any more powder patches into the weather phenomena.
Right. What the doctor said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Excellent.
Everyone, the men are like, you get the general impression that they don't want anything to do with
No.
those damn things anyway.
No.
Yeah. One of these days I'm going to press it and it's going to work. One of these days. All right. So, yeah. So let's get some sneakies.
Yes.
Let's get our
and,
sneak on.
To the 4 men.
Uh-huh.
Pistols on a last resort. This is a swords-only mission. We have to stay quiet.
One of the men just goes,
Put it away,
puts it
Mark.
in his. Put it away, Steve. Bob, Steve, pirates, put it away. Yeah, you see them put their flintlocks back in, and they just kind of nod, and one of them puts a dagger in his mouth because we like stereotypes.
And
then
no
the other one pulls
swords
a
at
sword.
all if we can help it.
Only for protection.
Shall we?
We are going to get to kill someone, though, aren't we, Captain? We do get to kill someone, right?
We'll see.
All right. like
Treasure first, man.
like a sad boy who's been told he can't open his presents yet. Oh, all right.
Think what you can do with that ship.
I know. Think how many people we get to murder with that thing.
Excellent.
Pirates.
Excellent. All right, so I'm going to have you guys roll coordination and subterfuge here.
All right. Oh, not my strongest roll.
Rolling for your pirates. Let's hope they don't pull a.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
this is weird. Probably exact same thing.
Nice.
Darkness, the bush, this wave action, so there's noise. It's not going to be that difficult to sneak right now.
17.
17?
14.
14? Okay.
Not
Doctor.
absolutely the sneak.
So you guys sneak up
Stomping
brilliantly.
around.
What?
As y'all are sneaking down through the bush, kind of moving these big banana leaves out of your way as you're kind of pushing through, your heart rate starts to rise a little bit as you're getting closer to this. You can hear the crackling of the flames.
Heart rates.
Heart rates in your case. As you guys are getting the crackling of the flames of the fires on the beach and whatnot, you find a nice little area of growth that looks like it stretches out a little closer to the beach than everywhere else. So you kind of use that to sort of keep quiet. You're doing brilliantly on stealth. And the 4 men behind you actually rolled pretty well too. You're coming upon an area where it looks like you're going to find an opening to get in close. And then where is... yeah. So, yeah, over there? Yes?
Depending on what your question was, yes.
Yes. So as you're getting in close,
The other floor slap.
you come across, as y'all are sneaking, you're down crouched low, you're getting in closer and you push through the bush and everything is going perfect and you find yourself standing in front of a young boy who's staring at you. You kind of come through the bush and look up just in time and you see what looks like a young male, pistol on his hip. Doesn't look like he knows what he's staring at as you guys push through.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
What is he wearing? What?
Looks like he's wearing a pirate outfit, so he's kind of
Oh,
dressed.
no.
Yeah. He doesn't look like he's a member of your crew. So he's dressed in like a vest and like the shirt and leather pants and whatnot.
Guybrush Threepwood, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it looks like you've caught him in the middle of pulling. He's got this spool of rope that he's like wrapping around his arm, but you also see whatever you've stumbled into. He's got a candle that's burning, and it looks like a sheet of paper that has what looks like from first glance. It looks like whatever this kid was using. It looks like a map of the Abigail. So, and as you are sitting there staring at each other, it looks like he's just choked, like he doesn't know what to say. He just
Hello, young man, I'm the doctor.
you all notice his eyes kind of immediately go to his sword that's laying in the grass like a few feet away, and it looks like he's frozen, like he doesn't know how to react.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold up there, young pup.
Yeah, the men behind you. You see instinctively one of them goes for the gun, and the other man stops him. Just, no! It's like
He's just a lad.
this kid is. You see beads of sweat just started to form on his forehead as he's kind of.
We're not going to hurt you. You have my word as a captain.
Are you from the other ship that we fired on today? Are you the one that we tracked down?
What's your name?
Martin.
Hello, Martin. Come. Are you posted on the Abigail?
Yes. I have a friend here with me too. Please don't hurt us.
We shan't, we shan't.
Piggy, I think you can come out now.
Very quiet.
If you want to come out, Piggy.
Who's this lot then?
Very quiet, if you would. Very quiet, if you would.
Yeah, so coming out of the bush,
bit
you
on the
see
quiet
they've
side.
encountered 2 people who are not a member of your crew, and 4 people behind. Welcome, America! Yay! 2 people who are not a member of your crew. One is dressed unusually and is a woman. You also notice there are 4 very unsavory-looking chaps behind them, and your friend Martin, who's the other cabin boy who is complicit with you and has a map of the Abigail, is frozen in place and is talking to these people just as you walk up.
Look, Martin, what did I say? Anyone comes, you come get me.
Sorry, there was 4. There was 6.
There's a lot of them. Do.
Are we supposed to say something?
You were
No,
supposed to say something to me.
Be quiet,
If I might
please, if you
say,
would.
Please. Voices down.
Sorry,
What did you say your name was?
Piggy.
I'm Martin.
Who are you?
I'm the doctor.
You're a doctor.
A doctor of what?
Just the doctor.
All right, Martin. You said you tracked us here.
Well, yeah, the captain's been tracking your ship for a while now. I recognize you. He has a picture of your face in his cabin.
A bit of an honour, isn't it?
Yeah.
You look a bit.
If you want to make an ingenuity roll real quick,
Yeah.
I would say
I
make an
do.
ingenuity knowledge roll.
Why does he have me?
Or, yeah.
I wasn't the captain.
That's a good point.
Dalek is a 1, right?
Yeah.
Her captain
And
died in the
Francis
last
is a 6?
confrontation. She's suddenly become the captain.
Just ingenuity?
Ingenuity and knowledge.
Oh, our favorite roll, a 1 and a 6.
Yeah, 1 and a 6.
Sorry, you said ingenuity and what?
Ingenuity and
Glad
knowledge.
you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ingenuity.
I forgot dice. That's cool.
That's okay, we're using
We used
one.
Doctor Who
Yeah,
dice.
yeah, yeah. Do you need dice? Anybody need dice?
We've got 2 sets.
Yeah, I brought you a set.
Yeah.
12.
12? Okay. There is no way he should have a picture of you.
Nope.
Because not only were you not the captain, but you're like you've only been with the Saucy Jack for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Like there's no way.
And I was just a first mate.
Which means an artist has drawn a picture. Like there's no reason he should have
Doctor.
any sort of image.
This isn't possible. I've only been
Really?
captain for about a day.
That's true.
It takes a while to draw a picture of a face, and you have to get quite close to know what I look like.
You wouldn't happen to know where he acquired this picture, would you?
I just assumed it was a pretty lad that he had a picture of.
Yeah.
Who am I to say? Who make judgments?
Piggy's right. I mean, the captain's got a bunch of wanted posters that just sort of,
Piggy?
appear in his cabin sometimes.
They do what now?
Well, they appear in his cabin sometimes, and that's how we know who to go after.
bit unusual, isn't it?
Are you here to join
Join.
the crew?
How long have you all been with the Abigail?
Well, since
Since
they were good.
yeah, since before Captain got evil.
Yeah, Captain was a good one. That's why we
Sorry.
joined up.
Evil.
Changed a bit in, I guess, the past few months, really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
We ran away from home together because we wanted to join him. He was a great pirate. He didn't kill anyone he didn't need to.
Yeah, it was nice, I thought.
Yeah, and then one day he just...
Started, impaling people and other things.
He
That,
says he has his
heavens.
reasons, but we wonder. We does.
You know,
are you here to...
would you all be
are you-
interested in a change of leadership?
Yes,
Well...
Piggy here had an idea about that.
yeah.
I
Is it
happen to
okay that
know-
we're talking to them?
I don't know.
I happen to know a wonderful pirate captain. Never kills when I did not say that.
What'd you say?
Didn't say that.
Never
When he
what?
doesn't have to. Never kills when he doesn't have
Are you a girl?
No, shit!
Oh
No!
my God.
Oh! No. Of course not. That's ridiculous.
That's highly unusual, that is.
It's also not the case. I'm sorry. I'm
You're
just
not a very
a
good
woman. I'm just
lawyer.
a woman.
Yeah, you
I
might
gotta
be.
roll the lie. I gotta roll the lie. I gotta fix this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love the slips.
No,
All right,
no.
Go ahead, make a...
No.
So this is going to be a contested roll because we have to
No.
see if Piggy's going to believe
a
what
liar?
you're saying.
I'm a great liar.
The doctor lies.
The doctor,
lies.
that's rule number one. The doctor always lies. The doctor lies. So I need you to...
Promised me.
I did.
Um,
I would never. I would.
I almost missed it. I know. Okay, so I'll need you to make a presence subterfuge roll. Oh no, I'm sorry. Presence, it's convince. And Erica, I'll need you to make a. I believe this is a resolve convince.
Do I need to roll composure or something?
Could be wrong about that. No, you can be as composed as you like here.
I'm composed.
And so go ahead and roll.
Does my charming play into this at all?
Charming. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You'll get a +2 to your final roll. What'd you roll, Erica?
14.
So your difficulty is 14.
Oh,
Okay.
You got to roll 14 or better.
And it's my. Sorry, my
So it's going to be your presence and convince.
presence and convince.
Yes, I'm going to roll for Martin here.
I'm.
Well, do you believe him?
Let's find out.
Hold on. We only get one shot at this. Buy extra dice to add to your roll before you make it.
Are you going to burn a story point on this?
Yeah. Her crew is standing right here.
Yeah.
His crew is standing right here.
Yes.
I'm not ruining your life if I can help it.
very much like to stay a non-dead captain.
Yeah. 1 story point spent earns 2 extra dice. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you do that. Go ahead and roll.
I'm down to 4 story points,
I'm
but
going to roll
that's
for the crew here.
okay.
I'm just going to
Story points
show
from last game, right?
I
This
rolled
is part
double
2.
TARDISes for the crew. So,
Of hearing her?
yeah,
Oh,
so we're going to have to
dang.
convince everybody. So go ahead and make
Yep.
your roll, Amy. You did burn story points, so the doctor has an excellent chance of convincing everybody right now. So go ahead and make your roll. I'm not
yes.
worried. You're the doctor.
Yeah.
So with
Presence,
your roll,
convince.
it's going to be presence plus
Oh,
convince.
I'm sorry. I got it's 16 because
16?
I got +2 resolve. Okay.
For, what do you have plus 2 resolve for?
Brave.
Oh, that wouldn't apply here.
Okay,
This would
no,
be
okay.
this would be if you were frightened by something.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So 14 is the difficulty for the crew.
Okay.
Or for you rather, Piggy. Martin is going to believe anything that comes out of your mouth.
Great.
And
He's a sweet.
I like you, Martin.
yeah, he's
I
a
like
sweet
Martin.
summer child. Okay, so go ahead and make your roll.
So what I'm actually saying is, of course not. I'm,
The grog.
who's ever heard of a woman pirate captain?
Would anyone have heard of a pirate captain?
A what?
Would
woman pirate captain?
Would there be rumors of pirate captains right now? Because I mean, there were.
Female
what
pirate
women- yeah.
captains? As far as I know, the only female pirate captain I'm aware of was, and I cannot
Well, there's
remember.
Anne Bonny and Mary Read.
They
were
weren't
on
captains.
The ship. They weren't captains, but Graham
They
Wheat,
served
Grace
with-
O'Malley would have been.
Yeah. But I don't know if
All that time?
I don't-
Where were we?
I don't know.
17,
Which of them were known in their
18?
time, and which of them were sort of legendary after?
there was I
Exactly.
cannot remember her name, but there was a Chinese pirate captain who was a female,
Yeah, she is
and she
an
commanded the
admiral.
largest pirate fleet in history.
Yeah.
But Grace O'Malley would have been known, like even like there were shipping logs and stuff from the English that talked about her. So
Yeah, I'd have to look into that.
I've just
Make that
thrown
roll.
the biggest stumbling
Yeah.
block
Let's
in
see
our
it.
story.
Make the
Okay, 8 plus the 2 that I already have. 10 plus first roll. 4. That's a 14.
And then you okay.
Ha! And 11. 25.
yeah,
So you could tell people right now that the wood of the ship of the Abigail is actually made out of cotton candy, and they would believe you and then ask you what the hell cotton candy is. So okay, so what do you say?
make me sound good.
You don't have to be elaborate. With the 25, you could be like slip of the tongue. You had an exceptional roll, so
Slip of the
whatever-
tongue. As you all know, I believe women can do anything, but obviously Finn is Finn.
except fight. you hear Martin say with a laugh, "Women can't fight."
Keep your voice down, mate.
Shut up, man.
It's true.
Come on.
Well, you're a doctor. I mean, women shouldn't be doctors either. I thought women were like, nursemaids.
Tell me that again when you need
And
one.
then Piggy
Smack.
slaps Smack on the head.
Piggy smacks Martin. No.
You all just effectively distracting us. And it's like, that's right.
Talked about this.
I'd be careful what you say. You might need a doctor soon.
Very kind of you, Piggy.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll an intimidation check on that?
No, that was a sweet reminder to keep his mouth.
Which is why it came off so intimidating. like,
that wasn't a
you may not have meant that, Gina, but sitting on this side, that was like,
scarier than you know.
that wasn't a like.
that was like, do you want to die?
That wasn't a threat. I just mean we might.
I'm not
be in
alone here,
battle
right?
soon.
Gina was scary just now.
Just
She was
writing
trying
the
to be
word
nice, but she was scary
in
just
large
now.
letters
Okay.
on my character sheet.
Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
So
You're clearly just a very pretty man. It's fine. And now, what are we talking about the patriarchy for?
Sorry, that was my mic. I just
Alright,
tapped my
Piggy's
mic in
great.
happiness.
okay, so Martin shuts up.
All right.
I happen to know a brilliant pirate captain, Captain Finn.
Well, look.
Just
We've been trying to stage the
The M word.
M word.
oh,
Trying to
serious that is.
stage an M word, and it's gone pretty well. Maybe like
How many
half
of
of
your
the crew. Half of the crew.
About half, I think. But they're too
Are they on
frightened.
the beach right now?
Some of them are, yeah. There's
Are
a
there
few
some
back
on the ship?
few down in the hold. But the captain's, he's a scary man. There have been men that have gone missing on the ship.
Some say he's the devil himself. One time, the ship was moving against the wind. Just went right up against it.
Completely unnatural. It was like the devil's wind. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Come out of a fog and we're somewhere completely on the other side of the globe, maybe.
Really?
I've seen a lot of
And isn't it
strange
actually-
things lately, lads. What do you say we get to the bottom of it together?
How do we know we can trust you?
Would you rather go back to your pirate captain?
I mean, if the captain's hunting him, then maybe it's a good idea.
All right.
Is it just you six? Oh. Right.
All right.
I like you, Martin.
On that,
You're a quick
I'm
one.
gonna turn to one of the four. I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna tell him to go back. Okay. All right.
back.
I want you to go back and tell him that there's a mutiny on the beach and on the ship. That half the pirate crew is on our side, so we can't battle until we know who's with us.
Aye, Captain.
Right? Be quick.
Be back.
Quiet.
He is a stealthy mother.
Yeah.
All right.
I got
He-
skinny little legs.
Yeah, he kind of creeps back and disappears into the bush. You see the other three men, they like, oh, the game has changed suddenly. Like the battle is obviously swung in their,
Yeah.
swung in their favor.
Yeah.
So Martin says, what do you want us to do? We could tell the people we know who are, on our side. We could,
Getting ready.
yeah, to get ready.
Before you do that, what were you doing with this map?
Well, we didn't, never done a mutiny before, so Piggy and I thought maybe we would just get an idea. This is the interior of the ship, and he holds up a map of the Abigail.
Yeah. Think it could be very
It's the old
useful.
blueprint, yeah. It's the whole damn ship.
I'll tell you what, lads, you're a pretty good pirate.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Captain.
All right.
Were you planning on
Can I
sneaking
read that
on
map?
that ship by yourselves?
Well, I mean,
I mean,
we get on and off all the time. We're cabin boys, but, you know, we thought maybe we were just going to take a few things. Not everything, you know, but
just a bit. Just
maybe
enough to get started.
maybe lock the captain up. And maybe if we could get the captain locked up, maybe we could talk to the rest of the crew and get them on our side, but we weren't sure.
It's
I
sort of
think
touch
that's
and go right now.
The bottom hold here, he points to the bottom of the ship. He says, "This is all filled with treasure and pieces of art. There's like paintings and whatnot. We raided a governor's mansion a few weeks back. There was a Spanish treasure fleet that we happened on in the middle of the night. Captain sank most of the ships, but we got some of the treasure from it on there.
People?
Haven't seen him
Yeah.
in a while." He looks.
We
Piggy
give
and
each
Martin
other
exchange
dark
looks.
looks.
Yeah. Couple of weeks maybe.
Yeah.
Mates of
Captain.
yours?
No, they were Spanish sailors. We were going to try to press gang them into service, and
Still, they're people, and we didn't sign up for this.
we heard them pounding on the doors for days, and then they just stopped.
Does your captain let you have a bit of that treasure?
Well, he says he'll let us have some.
He says a lot of things. He does.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Well, I saw it being brought on board, but I've never actually
Yeah.
seen the treasure hold.
Has he ever given you any treasure?
Everyone make a. This is going to be an ingenuity and awareness roll. As you guys are talking,
17.
Martin doesn't notice anything.
14.
You're
Does any of
Pirates don't notice
does my
anything.
keen senses go into this?
yes,
Cool.
absolutely.
17.
7. Okay.
14.
14. What was yours?
14.
14. Okay, so the doctor spots it first, but you see one of the men over about maybe 100 yards away, down the beach, gets up from the fire and starts walking in your direction, holding a pint of grog.
Is he one of ours?
Who?
What kind?
Martin looks. You recognize this as one of the guys.
Bloke.
If you want to try to recognize him, I would say
Sure.
make an awareness. I would say make the same roll again.
Okay.
See if you spot him.
6. 1.
6.
Tell me what you get.
12.
12. You have no idea. He's coming straight for you guys. He's walking at a very casual pace. From what you can
Anything
tell,
to hide
Doctor,
behind?
he's stumbling a little bit as he walks.
All right, everyone, hit the ground, and let me go handle this. Come on.
Right.
Martin just hands you the map. You take it, and he gets the candle. And as you two, Martin has always been a beta, so he kind of gets. Martin gets behind you and is just like, "What we do?"
Just handle it.
Hiding.
Hiding.
Okay.
Oi, what are you doing?
Uh,
It's a nice night for carousing,
he
right?
stops as he moves over towards you. He goes, "Is that you, Piggy?
Yeah.
You gonna watch me piss?
Oh no.
Get out of
Into
here!
that, am I?
What?
Sorry. No. No.
No.
Was it-
Martin chimes in. No, don't want that.
No. We're just,
Get-
celebrating.
Go, move, go,
Sure.
get out of here.
Sure.
Piss off. Go back to the fire or something.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. Go on. And as he moves past you guys, he approaches your little area where you guys are, and you see he starts downing grog and pulling himself out of his pants right in front of you guys. And you
right.
see Martin. The look on Martin's face is just.
I'm going to pounce on him. with my hand over his mouth.
I'm going to give you surprise, so he is not going to get any initiative on this because you guys have
Can I tell
stealth.
too also is he one of the good ones or
Uh,
one of the guys that we know or?
no, he is not one of the good ones.
Oh.
You're wondering
Yeah,
if he was
so
one of the guys
I'm sure-
on
yeah.
your. Oh yeah, no.
All
This
right.
is one of Ambrose's guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And you also know he's not very fond of the Cabin Boys. He hates both you and Martin.
All right.
So, he moves over and
so
starts
when,
to.
I do the whole thing where I get down onto a crouch behind him, so she can
Amazing!
Okay,
All right, let's go.
excellent. So,
Teamwork.
so Finn, this is going to be a coordination fighting roll, and this is not going to be difficult at all. I'm going to give you a +2 because there is. Not only are you at a surprise, but Piggy is helping you here.
And this man literally has his pants down.
He's about to, yes.
Okay, so it's fighting and what?
It's going to be coordination and fighting.
Coordination. 13, 14, 15. Do I kill him on accident?
So, completely unaware because not only does he have his head back with a drink in his eyes, but he thinks everybody's behind him. So, as he's throwing it back and pulling himself out, you tackle this guy full on. You and him collide. He's basically just like a wet sack. Bam, hitting him. He goes straight back, slamming into one of the palm trees behind you guys, and you both go to the ground. He is completely taken. With that kind of roll, he's stunned.
Okay.
So he's on the ground, just what in the hell? He's not unconscious, but he's on the ground.
Martin was doing something with rope, yeah?
Martin had a
Yeah.
spool of rope. He is carrying that off to his side right now.
Martin, give me the rope.
He gives it to you immediately. He just tosses it your way.
Start tying him up.
Okay.
And I rip a bit of my shirt and shove it in his mouth. And
Okay.
then tie rope around his mouth.
Tear off a bit of your shirt and jam it into his mouth.
Good call.
He's all manner of surprised and shocked and bewildered as to what's happening right now. You start wrapping him up.
Take that, Jerry.
A bit quiet.
Yeah. Martin's like, yeah. That's right.
Thank you, but we still need to be quiet.
Oh, I want him as my captain.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
He's a good one.
As you sit back to look at your handiwork, you've completely incapacitated this man. And as he kind of looks up at you, he looks at you kind of still like trying to focus on what's going on. And then you see this sort of pouting look in his eye, and you notice he's wetting himself. As he's laying there on the ground, just goes, oh.
Jerry wet his pants.
Jerry wet his pants. Jerry wet his pants. Martin kicks some sand on him.
What am I saying?
One of the pirates, Doctor, one of the pirates next to you goes, well, we didn't kill him.
Well done. Well done.
We could do that to all of them. I'd be all right with that.
Yeah.
He ain't a pirate. He's pathetic. It's not worth killing.
He kind of gives you this pouty look and then just thuds back onto the sand.
Well,
And he lies there in his humiliation.
I guess we're doing this.
Are you ready, lads?
Martin's
Welcome
like, yeah,
aboard.
yeah.
Hey. All right.
Welcome aboard,
You're
Mr.
all right.
That's a better name than Abigail. No offense, Abigail's a pretty name, but for a pirate ship, I'm just saying. All right.
How do we sneak onto this ship?
The beach is a bunch of scattered shadows. So you're watching a lot of the fire play and the starlight kind of does give you guys a little bit of cover if you want to make a run to one of the boats. But it's going to be tricky because the Abigail is probably about 40 yards away from the beach. So it's in shallow water and easier to get to. But you are going to have to sneak up to one of these longboats unless you want to try to swim it, which would be much stealthier but much more difficult. Those are your options.
Before we do that, do you guys have a signal of when you're going to mutiny?
No, we only just kind of started talking about it, but we could maybe spread the word.
Yeah, you've moved up the timetable significantly.
Yeah, we were thinking maybe a week or something. We didn't know we were going to have, you on our side.
Good thing we ran into you lot.
Reinforcements.
All right.
Yeah.
And nobody knows the ship like Piggy.
Yeah. Like the back of my hand.
And
Well,
I'm glad to have you with us.
we can go on ahead without raising suspicion.
Yeah, we could get the word out.
Yeah.
I could go let the men on the mast know, in the crow's nest, and below, if you want. No one really notices me.
Sure.
And Piggy, you could let the men on the beach know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to the men.
I'm planning things now.
Good for you, Martin.
Thank
and Piggy
you.
sort of pats him on the head.
He's like, oh, it's rubbing off on me.
Yeah.
Martin,
right.
if you took one of those boats and a few of us were laying down in it with you, could you be very quiet?
I think so.
Just what I was thinking, Doctor.
All right.
I should get something to cover you up with, right? So maybe no one sees you or something.
That's a wonderful idea.
All right, I'll see if I can get something.
It's a very smart thinking, lad.
So Martin nods to you and
But we don't want to give them the signal until we've found the captain.
Yes, we need a signal.
so
No! We need a signal, I don't like that!
What was that?
so Martin, he's beaming with confidence now.
Oh no.
Which
Didn't I inspire
which
him at a little
you
point?
did you inspired him, but that's actually the problem because Martin is a little mouse, and so Martin is like,
Oh no.
he starts walking over to like the campfire, and it's like that, I don't know, fly casual kind of thing, but how do you do that?
Act natural.
Yeah, he's trying to naturally act natural, and by doing so you guys, you're like, thank you, Martin, and you guys kind of watching him walk, and you're like,
Oh, this is,
oh God.
is
'Cause
that
it's-
how he normally walks?
Yeah, he's
was
like
it?
he's walking like he's captain.
Uh,
He just doesn't look. He looks like he's up to
care of
something.
this.
Because I just
Take
made.
care of this.
we
Martin.
didn't,
So
wait, why
Piggy
is
goes-
he leaving? We didn't decide on a signal yet.
He's trying to get things to cover us in the boat with.
Oh my, but, he
All
doesn't,
right.
but he's not telling the men what the signal
Just
is.
to further the
Alright,
Star
we're
Wars
gonna-
references, this does kind of remind me of that moment where all of a sudden they notice the Ewok climbing onto the speeder
Yep.
bike. Oh no!
All right. Well, we'll flash the lantern 3 times, and we'll know. And that's all you know. Just give me a minute.
That's how we know.
Yeah.
So we'll tell them.
We need to.
Yes, that's what she's
Piggy heads over to the campfire to.
I did with that time. That's not even true, though.
I'm watching for the Amy slips now. that one doesn't count, but I'm watching for them.
It doesn't count if they're not with an accent.
I'm probably gonna slip too, so I'm gonna give you
Plus,
leeway.
I was talking about you. I just.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
So I'm going over to the.
you're gonna try to get the word out.
Yeah, get the word out.
secretly, like
Secretly.
mum's the word kind
Yeah.
of thing. Okay. I have to roll now to see
Alright.
if anyone. It's not going to be easy because most of them are drunk. So Martin does have that going for him. But we have to now see if he's convincing people as he walks over and grabs up a bundle of tarp to bring back to the boat. See if he attracts any. Oh, those pirates are so drunk.
Yes!
Yay!
So very drunk.
Hooray for Grog!
Yes. Okay. So I know. Yeah, you guys are watching what you think might be calamity as Martin kind of walks over, and one of the pirates is drunk and like leaning up against the tarp that he wants, and he goes, kind of. You see, he says something to the pirate, like, and the pirate, whoa, and Martin shoves him off of the canvas, and the guy pitches forward headfirst into the sand, where he remains. And then Martin kind of like, yeah. And then you see him gathering up the tarp. One pirate walks by and sees what he's doing and gives him an odd look, and then just continues drinking. Like, their role was so pathetic. You get up to one of the pirate men. So there's this one guy, an older pirate, whose name is constantly changing on board the ship because he's probably the oldest crew member. The most seasoned crew member, but he's one of these guys who's missing most of his teeth by now and probably continues going to sea because he's got nothing for him back home kind of pirate. And as you approach him, he looks over and he says, "Oh, Piggy, what you want?"
Barry, and he's on.
Sure, Barry works today.
Right, Barry. Well, you know how we was talking about the
Yes,
Thing.
maybe
Yeah,
not
right.
talk about it out loud.
it's happening tonight.
What?
Yeah, you got to give the signal. Three shines of lantern. When and look, we ran into that pirate. What the pictures in the captain's office of?
What?
Yeah, and he's awesome.
Wait,
He's got a doctor with him. And
No. You've been drinking.
no,
That's what this is.
look
You got
at me.
into the grog.
Look at me. He got Jerry to wet himself. Yeah, that's right.
When did this happen? Is it happening now? Tonight, you said?
Now,
Did the others know?
well, you got to help me tell them.
look, I'm gonna need you to roll to convince me because this is goddamn incredible. So I need
pretty
you to
amazing.
make a. This is gonna be a presence plus convince. Roll 2d6, add your presence and convince, and he.
Can I?
So you can spend a story point to upgrade one level.
Do
on
I
your-
have to do that before I know what?
So if you're going to add dice, you have to do it before you roll. But if you've rolled and
Okay.
say, because there's different levels of success and failure. So
Okay.
What did you roll?
10. So I have 10.
Yeah, you're going to need to do better than that. So you can burn, I believe it's 2 story points,
Okay.
and that will allow you to upgrade. Let me double check on this. It doesn't need to be really. This should. Okay, so you will be able to burn 2 story points.
For.
So I'll
3?
let you upgrade. So burning 2 story points will let you upgrade the difficulty
Okay.
level. It'll let you upgrade your success rate. So right now you rolled a 10, which is fail.
Okay.
But I'll let you upgrade that to success.
To success. All right.
Okay, so he says, "Blimey,
Barry.
look, we can do this if what you're saying is true, but
Can.
I'm gonna have to convince the other men. They're not gonna believe me. They're gonna think that I've turned and I'm trying to get them in trouble."
No. Listen. We've been talking about this since the Spanish job. You know, we didn't. None of us signed on for this. We all thought we was gonna get adventure and glory, and instead,
I know, lad.
I mean,
I know, but
they killed Steve.
if we mess this up, the captain will gut all of us in front of the men, just like he did the last 4.
Well, it's either we do it now, and we risk that, or we know for sure that it's going to happen maybe next week, maybe the week after.
We got to do this quiet. You help me here, because they're not gonna all be. I can't get to everyone right now.
All right.
All right, he says, "Bloody hell!" And he just downs the rest of his grog and stands up. And he's like, "I've been alive for 50 years. I might as well just go out with a bang, right?" And then he moves off, looking very nervous. He, unlike Martin, keeps his cool and doesn't swagger through the frickin' camp like he owns the place. He doesn't attract any attention as he moves over. You see, he does move over to a group of pirates who are kind of keeping to themselves. And he walks over to them and starts talking to them. And you just see them kind of laughing with him for a second. But you watch as their facial expressions change. And then you see them go, start nodding.
Yes.
Slowly, one of them, at that point, he sits down and you see one of those pirates get up and starts moving off.
Right.
And like cheering, everyone's trying their best to because it's moments like these where the whole thing could be blown when they see suspicious behavior. But no one seems to be noticing what's going on. So
I'm
the
going
alcohol is
to
definitely
lead
helping.
them to lead the campfire in a thrilling sea shanty as a distraction.
By the way, real quick, if you guys don't know this, Assassin's Creed Black Flag has 3 soundtracks. They have the orchestrated soundtrack, and they have 2 soundtracks dedicated to sea shanties, and it's brilliant.
It's amazing.
It's
Yes.
absolutely brilliant. So I'm gonna.
love that.
I've been thinking I should create a Spotify playlist for this chapter of the Doctor Who. Because there's just so much amazing music that I listen to when I'm preparing this game. So
Cool.
anyway, I'll give you guys heads up on that.
So cool.
And a lot of you guys have also been reaching out to me and like giving me suggestions for Doctor Who music too. So yeah, we'll post that up. We can do that and not be sued by the BBC. Score.
Yeah.
Nice.
We love you, BBC. And the BBC. Okay, so
Kind of wish we were bringing you, the one who knows the ship like the back of your hand.
yeah.
All right.
At this point, you hear a thudding sound as Martin comes over and drops this canvas in front of you guys back in the bushes and says, "Oh, I was supposed to take this to the boat. I'm sorry.
Oh, fantastic job, though.
I don't think anyone will notice. I think we should be all right."
All right. Piggy manages to sneak away and sneak back.
Yeah, no one's really
How's
paying
it
attention to
going?
you guys.
All right.
I won't make you roll another stealth check.
All right.
You guys are doing pretty good right now.
They're preparing. You got good half of them on your side. They'll 3 flashes of lantern is when they'll be ready. So we should go.
Fantastic.
All right. Okay, so you guys are going to need to make a stealth check to race across the beach and get into this boat. You've got 3 pirates in tow. The 4th man hasn't come back yet, but that's not surprising.
Yeah.
So
I didn't tell him to come back, did I?
no,
No.
but
He might come back.
he might have
but-
come back, but yeah, you gotta move now. So
Yeah, no, we're gonna
okay, so then now I'm going to need you guys to make your coordination and subterfuge rolls. Let's see how Martin does on this. Okay. Let me know what you get.
18.
18.
16.
11?
Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We're all rolling along under the tarp. Just like.
So you guys climb into the tarp. You and Martin climb into the boat, and you climb into the boat. And Martin pushes the boat. It takes him a minute to sort of like shove this thing off the sand. As he's shoving it off the sand, one of the guys on the beach goes, "Oi, is that you, Piggy? What you doing? Martin, what you doing?" And Martin's like, "Oh God, oh God." And he just like pushes and pushes and pushes, and you guys lurch as he starts getting some of the friction lets go of the sand as he slides it into the wet areas of the beach. And you guys are being pushed out onto the water as this scrawny little cabin boy, fueled by fear, is actually pushing this massive longboat. Usually this is a 2-man job, but you guys are shoving it. He got good on a strength check.
Do it, Mountain.
You see this guy who's calling out to you starts approaching. You guys push out into the water on the surf, and he jumps into the boat, and his eyes are wide as saucers as he's looking at you. Oi! And he walks up as you guys are he gets on an oar and starts immediately,
Can I whisper to them?
yeah.
Right. Tell them you're going back to the ship for more grog.
That was my exact idea.
Hey, Austin, are you enjoying the festivities tonight?
You're gonna small talk him while you guys lovely weather we're having. Go ahead and this is gonna be a little tricky. So I'm gonna give you a -2 penalty, but this is gonna be yet another presence plus convince roll.
Okay.
Don't forget your story points.
Right.
Yeah.
7. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna bump it, I think. Right, so I get another 2.
You can do that, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
We
bump
only
it.
get one
I'm
shot
gonna
at
burn
this.
one and bump it.
Okay. Let me. Yeah. I got something for you in a second, Doctor.
Uh-oh. A lot of hiding in this one.
Oh, did you burn a story point for extra dice?
She did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
20.
So what are you enjoying the festivities? Okay, so
Enjoying the festivities,
and you rolled a
not
20.
Austin.
You rolled a 20.
Yes.
So he gets to the shoreline and he goes, "Yeah."
Good. Pouring out for me. Gonna go get some more.
He right and turns and starts lumbering back out.
Yeah.
Will you deliver it with such sincerity? Hey, what's going on?
Austin.
Oh, Piggy. What's up, Piggy? All right.
Small talk roll.
Martin looks at you and goes, "I can't believe that worked."
Me neither.
He must be really pissed to not know what we just did.
Yeah.
And at that point, the 4 of you, Piggy, Finn, or actually it'd be the 3, so Piggy, Finn, and Martin, you all hear this bzzz as your sonic begins to go off. It's picking up temporal energies again. You immediately are detecting the presence of like one of those temporal tears.
Are we far enough out that if I sort of poke my head out and whisper
Yeah,
to
you're not
people,
going
we're
to
in
get.
the
I won't
dark
have anybody try to notice you here because there's anybody on the Abigail right now. No one's really keeping watch, and you guys have succeeded in getting away from the beach. So
We're under the tarp, right?
yeah, you guys are doubly, triply stealthed right now.
Cool.
So you're pretty secure. But as you poke your head up, you're looking at this big, gorgeous 3-masted frigate approaching as you guys are kind of bumping on the waves. Yeah, it's a beautiful ship. You see the word, you do as you're kind of coming up from behind it, you can see the captain's cabin and this beautiful fonted Abigail written across the back. You also see something kind of disturbing that you never noticed before when you were chasing the Abigail. It looks like there's some, it looks like lines, maybe like, not ropes, but like maybe fishing lines and whatnot are kind of slumped and maybe hanging off, almost like trash hanging over the side of the boat. And you see bones.
What sort of bones?
They don't look animal. They're hanging just off the back, just above the name Abigail, like above the captain's cabin. You've been aware of this for a while. You are aware that the captain has keel hauled people before, and when the keel hauling was done and the bodies were being either cut loose, he would actually say, no, pull them back up and leave them there. So a few of these bodies broke apart eventually. But he's never wanted anybody to remove them from the back of the ship.
Those used to be,
Disrespect for the dead.
those used
Yeah,
to be
it's
the
pretty.
crew.
It's pretty wretched, as you guys are swimming up onto this thing, and it does sort of
Bit eerie,
yeah, kind of gross,
kind of gross.
kind of creepy.
Bet it smells.
Yeah.
The doctor is angry.
Yeah, it's horrific to treat anybody like this. So you guys pull up to the side of the boat. You see one of the sailors leans over and says, looks down at all of you and doesn't say anything, just kind of waits for an explanation as you guys come up. And he throws down a rope ladder. Says, "What are you back for?"
More grog. What else?
There's no more grog on the ship, Piggy. They took it all to the beach.
That's. I don't believe you.
But
Let me come up and see.
I'll tell you right now, this is one of your guys.
All right.
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, the thing's happening.
What thing?
God, the M thing. Look, Barry's getting the guys all ready to go on the shore, and we met the pirate. There's a picture in the cabin, captain's cabin for. Oh.
What in the bloody
I'm sorry,
hell?
I could just.
There's only grog on the beach, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are climbing
But
up the rope ladder at
look
this
what
point.
I got.
Sorry. It's okay.
Look what I've got a kick.
Look what I got.
So
This
I'll
face look
climb the
familiar?
ladder. I'll climb the ladder and
okay.
show my face.
Well, the first thing he notices is the woman climbing up the ladder. He goes,
Oh, a bit quiet, if you would.
and the first thing out of his mouth is goes, "Oh, is it a brothel on the beach?" Martin goes, "Oh no, you don't want to talk like that around here.
Tim.
You don't want to."
Tim, we've had discussions about the patriarchy, haven't we?
I like you.
The patriarchy?
We'll work on it later. This is
right.
a doctor, and
A
look,
doctor.
Hello, I'm the doctor. If you could be quite quiet.
Oh,
We are here to help.
all right.
This
Oh, I've seen his face before, and points at
Yeah.
you.
is Captain
Yeah.
Finn.
Hello, Tim. I'm here to help you take back your ship.
Tim stares at you for a minute and then goes, "Right, the M thing.
yeah,
Right, right. Oh my, yes. I'll go tell everyone else."
yes, good job.
The captain's not in his quarters. I don't know where he is.
No,
He's somewhere on the ship.
where else will he be?
I don't know. He hasn't been in his quarters tonight, though.
When's the last time you saw him?
A few hours ago, he was wandering the decks. Didn't say a word, just kind of stared at everyone menacingly the way he does, and then
He does that.
went back
Anything
below.
else unusual on the ship right now?
Well, he hasn't let anyone into his quarters in weeks. That's kind of strange.
A doctor. Ask them if they had any weather phenomenon on their ship.
You had any sort of unusual...
Was weird
Weather
noises
events?
not weather, but there's been weird noises coming out of the captain's cabin.
All right.
Is there any way the captain goes when he disappears?
Who knows?
Any
We're just glad
room,
he's
or
gone.
Does he go to the bottom of the ship? Or...
We don't know. He likes to visit the treasure hold sometimes. We think he likes to count the coin.
All right.
We stopped asking questions after he started, killing people.
I'm so sorry.
No problem.
It will be better.
Well,
We're here
go
to
grab
make
the rest
sure.
of the men and
Right. He
Wait on our signal.
3 lanterns.
stops. What? Sorry. What's the signal?
3 lanterns.
3. Does that mean you're going to throw 3
3
lanterns?
flashes
at
of a
me?
lantern.
Oh, right. You see
We're
him
going to
start.
have to educate these men when they're mine.
He starts climbing the rope ladders up
They're
to the
all
top.
good
Yeah.
lads.
Of course they are. We're just going to need to
Martin's
get them.
like, yeah, I mean, they're just a little stupid, not like me and Piggy, who are the smart ones.
The sharp ones you are.
You guys are on board the Abigail. This is a very large ship.
Right. I take out the map, or no? I'll just ask you. Can you take us to the captain's quarters?
Sure.
You're surrounded by the creaking noises of wood and the sea lapping up against the hull down below, this night sky overhead. It's very quiet and peaceful here. But because you know where you are, there is an air of menace just being on this deck. And Doctor, your Sonic is, it's not, you've managed to set it to silent, so to speak, but it is definitely picking up those temporal energies on the ship.
Is it in the same direction as the captain's quarters?
Yes.
Yes.
This way.
All right, you're going to move. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
difficult. You move down the deck. There's no one here to stop you. You reach the end of the quarterdeck, and you do indeed see the double doors leading to the captain's quarters. They are locked.
Where's your
What kind of lock?
pickpocket friend when we need him?
It is a metal lock on a wooden door.
What is that fall in my
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? And just so you know, it's assumed that the Sonic does not work on wood. There have been versions of the Sonic that have done things that the Sonic typically can't do. But let's face it, it's Doctor Who, and it breaks its own continuity and rules all the time. So
Sorry, it's locked.
we're gonna do this.
can
I'm not
try
sure it
and-
is. Hold on one moment.
The door is wood, the lock is mechanical. So there's no reason why a good roll couldn't do this. But what I'm going to have you do is this is going to cost you a story point if you want to pop the lock with the Sonic.
I can use an existing gadget's story points.
Sonic
to
has
use it
its
in
own story
non-standard
points.
Ways.
Yep.
Nice.
Sonic has its own story points, so you can burn one of those right now.
Excellent.
You don't even have to roll.
I didn't write.
Just burn
Oh,
it. Yep. No, you just burn it.
fantastic.
You see her pull out that thing.
I wrote down its story points somewhere, and then
I think it has
it has 2.
two.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now it's got 1.
2 story points.
Give me one moment. I've got a special instrument here.
What's that?
What?
Martin
doctor.
looks wide-eyed.
It's called a Sonic. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Must be foreign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Extremely.
The buzzing noise lights up like a torch on the end. You've never
Look up
seen.
my Sonic if you haven't. It was designed by Matt Olson, and it's amazing.
Yes, it's amazing.
Ow.
Yeah, that thing lights up at the end, and you guys watch and wonder as she points, and it goes, bzz, and you hear, and the door unlocks.
I'll just look at Martin and go, ain't it nice to have a woman on your side?
He looks like he's dumbfounded, in no position to disagree. He just kind of stares.
Be very careful.
Can we see inside?
Is that?
You'll have to crack the door open.
I think I'd like to be the one who does that.
Okay.
Did she always do this?
Yeah. You get kind of used to it.
I don't think I ever would.
You can kind of poke your head in. Go ahead, and this is actually spotting things is going to be relatively easy. This is going to be a stealth check, so I need you to make another coordination subterfuge roll. Which, if I'm correct, Doctor, this is not your strong suit.
Nope. So I start with a 7, and I add, hey, an 8, 15.
No problem.
All right.
You crack that door open and peek your head in. What you see inside is it's not just a treasure trove. You see much the same situation as you saw hanging off the back of the Abigail,
Oh,
also hanging from the ceiling.
Whoa.
It's an alarming sight, and something about it suddenly strikes you as familiar. You kind of looking around, you see there is gold coins just tossed about on the floor like nothing. There's works of art kind of leaning up against the wall. There's an old bed in the back where the captain sleeps and a couple of lanterns just swaying back and forth. You see, of course, the captain's desk. One of the legs has been broken off, so it kind of slumps to the side. So there's not too much that's on it. It looks like he's used a dagger to stab a knife through a map that he's got splayed out. And you see a wall filled with parchment paper, and all of it's blank except one. and it says on it, written in good fine fonts, is Finnegan Alexander. And it's in and it's a picture of what looks like probably a very beautiful Irish woman with Finn's face. When you spot it, you realize you're probably seeing a picture of Finn before Finn ever set sail. You're looking at Finn maybe from like 8 years ago, before Finn ever took up the call to the sea. Before Finn ever cut her hair and put on the cloths and donned the leathers and loaded her guns.
This looks familiar.
What's familiar about this
Seen
is
this
the
before.
bones hanging from the ceiling. There's something about this that strikes you as familiar.
Do I know any species that nests like
You know
this?
a lot of species that nest like this.
Yes.
Lots of non-human species.
Yeah.
And all of this,
I believe I'm going to take my head out just enough to be like, your captain's changed more than you know.
and an answer to where that could be coming from is when you got a glance inside, this is all foreground to the tear in space and time at the end of his cabin, which is much larger than the one inside the Saucy Jack.
But the cabin is empty.
The cabin looks
people.
empty right now. Doesn't look like there's anybody inside.
Looks empty.
There is a tear.
Yeah, it's back near the captain's bed.
Okay.
And it's in the same position that it was on board the Saucy Jack. It's just in the air. It's not moving. Doesn't even sway with the ship, but it seems to be aligned with everything somehow. Sort of defying laws of physics, as it does on occasion. So, yeah. And that is what you see.
Pull my head back out.
Anything in there that will help?
I think this is a good moment to let the crew know that we're going to take a 5-minute break real quick. So we'll do that in just a minute. I need to give them more of a heads up. So like in a few minutes, we're going to take a 5-minute break and we'll get that set up for them. Is that cool with you, Sax? There is no Sax.
There is no sax, only Zool.
There is no Sax, only Zool. So we're gonna queue up for a 5-minute break in the next few minutes when you guys are ready for it.
Got it.
Yeah, cool. So that's what you guys see inside the cabin. Looking back, you guys notice the doctor's a little.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and rip the paper off the wall.
You're gonna go into the
Did
cabin
you poked your head in with me?
Yeah.
because she's just poking her head in.
Oh.
Are you gonna go
I
inside?
thought the doors were just
You
like
can.
open.
No, she was poking her head, and the doctor was
Got
looking
it.
in.
I thought it was a bit
I missed.
safer.
Yeah.
Ah, I misunderstood. Then
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going. Doctor, is it
Captain.
safe to go in?
If you're very careful, I would say just you pop on in there and have a look around. But be careful, there's one of those weather phenomena. Stay away from it.
All right, lads. If you could just wait a moment, there seems to be something quite dangerous in there.
Sure.
Yeah, Martin just okay.
Keep an
Yeah.
eye out,
Believe it.
all right? I'm counting on you.
Martin immediately turns around and starts.
All right, I'll go inside.
You step inside. Are we good to take that break? This is a good spot.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, guys. We'll be back in just a minute to find out what Captain Finn is about to run into in Captain Ambrose's cabin.
Or
So
whatever
stay tuned.
Captain Ambrose is.
Yeah, or whatever the hell Captain Ambrose is.
You said it was fine.
You thought it was okay. We'll be back.
Are we out?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's an excellent watch, though. I'm just gonna stare at my
I'm gonna
watch.
slurp.
It's not working. So welcome back. So where we left off. No.
We've traveled in time to the end of the
It's a new show. We're allowed. We're allowed to
Yay.
mess up. I don't know. The audience is like, denied. No, you're not leaving. There's no 5-minute break.
So wait, have you guys seen that poster? Or do you just know there's a poster of the captain? Have you ever been in these quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been in the
Yeah, so they know.
So
but
you've
then-
seen an Irish woman who
they've
looks
seen
just
an
like
Irish
this
woman?
captain?
No. Unless you want to ask them.
Don't
No, but
I
they
mean, no,
said they
never-
saw.
We saw your face.
Are we still?
Let me put it this way. Your confusion because of the contradiction is correct.
Great. Yep.
Ah.
Okay.
Speaking of confusion, so the button that I hit to make things happen,
Uh-huh.
that button didn't work. So I'm gonna take your love and I'm gonna entertain them for 5 minutes.
No, it's okay. We can just
No,
keep
we can
going.
just keep going.
Yeah, we were just going
I
to take a
mean-
quick bathroom break if we need it. But I mean, it's already.
Does anyone need to do that? Because we can just vamp.
It's
for a second.
1:20. I was just trying to incorporate the 5-minute break into the show, but I don't mind keep going. You guys want to keep
I'm
going?
good.
We're good?
You're
You guys
so
good?
fancy
Everybody good?
today, Ryan.
What's
You
that?
No,
going
you got a
somewhere?
blazer.
Yeah. Ooh, Assassin's Creed pin. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, it holds a little tab on the back that's useless. So,
Ah.
so I was like, yeah, also I'm the only person in the room other than.
Oh, that's right. Sax and Max left, didn't
Sax
they?
and Max left, and the TD had to leave as well. So I'm pretending to TD.
Let's
I
make this
thought I
easy
knew
on
how.
you.
Apparently, I didn't know how to TD.
Nope, it's all good.
'Cause the fade to black button didn't fade to black, and I'm like, that should be programmed, and it's not programmed. How's your coffee?
It's excellent. Thank you for my coffee.
All right, guys. I'm not sure if you heard any of that.
That's
because,
fine.
I'm not locked up.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this was Ryan just coming in saying, "Hey, you're not taking a break because we
You're
can't."
not the
and
only
you guys,
person in the
and-
room.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
apparently missed that. Very sorry.
Okay.
Right, well then I guess we're gonna find out what I run into.
All right. So welcome back, everybody, from the break. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. That was a parallel universe. And now we're back into this parallel universe, and we're ready to jump back into Doctor Who with Gina sneaking into Ambrosia's cabin to find out what the heck is inside and why the heck that poster. What?
Have I how much of the changes have I seen before?
Do you want to go into the cabin as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go.
I just told you to stay
Yeah.
put!
I would ask you to stay put just
Well-
one moment while the captain takes a look inside.
Okay.
Aw.
All right. So then we'll just cut into this.
Did I notice anything weird about the paper? Sorry.
Yes.
Did I notice anything specifically weird about the paper? Is it psychic paper pretending to be parchment?
If I had to describe it, I would describe it much like. Now that we're back, and I can tell you, and I can give you any more detail of what you spotted, the paper is very reminiscent of like the wanted posters from Harry Potter,
Which is what I've been picturing.
It just shifts.
where the ink doesn't look like it's quite as solid as normal ink is. It looks like it shifts a little bit. Maybe it changes. And you also think you saw her hair blowing in the picture.
Can I convince it to change with a sonic?
You can scan it with a sonic, and then from there you can see if you can get it to change. If you want to try that.
I don't want to let anyone else into this room while it's a picture.
Okay,
of
so
me
we're
or something.
rewinding then.
Well, I let you in.
I can come in.
Okay, so you two are in the room then. The two cabin boys are out.
If you could just hold on one moment. I'm so sorry.
Let me see.
I'm a
Pushing each other.
naturalist, and there's a bit of a special event in there, and we should
There's a
be
special
quite
event.
careful.
Okay. You guys gonna go in?
So yes.
Okay. So
that
we now have the
you?
doctor and Captain Finn have gone in. The cabin boys are being left out. As you guys move in, Martin says, "Okay, I think you should sneak in. I'll keep watch."
All right. Move on.
So Martin kind of leaves the door cracked a little bit,
Sure.
and you slip in
Yeah.
and he closes it
Uh-huh.
behind you.
Do I hear that, or is it just like...
You probably in a second, yeah.
Yeah.
But you've been in the captain's cabin for a moment or two.
Yeah.
So as you get inside, you see the scene as I described, the bones as I described, and you see that wanted poster. What you see as you're walking in, you see, sure enough, it's a picture of you. It looks like you when you were 14. You remember the dress that you're wearing in this picture. You remember it because this was the dress you were wearing before your father died. Maybe the day of. You're not sure if that's significant or anything, but there it is. And as you're staring at it, you see it begin to shift a little bit. And the young girl in the picture goes from looking very like polite to like having a straighter stance, and her hair shrinks up and a scar appears, and all of a sudden you're looking at yourself in this picture again, and it just says Captain Finn on the top. And as you're watching this too, Doctor, and as you guys are both kind of leaning in as you're watching this thing happen, and Doctor, as this is happening, you see wanted underneath. It says Captain Finn, and then all of a sudden, it catches your eye, Doctor. You see to glance to the left, and one of these other empty pieces of parchment, you see ink begin to bleed onto it. Almost like if you were holding up paper and someone was dropping blood on it from above, you see red ink begin to form across this paper and bleed outward. And it says wanted, and you see your picture. And underneath it says the Doctor, Time Lord. Bleed into existence. Kill on sight.
Well, that doesn't appear to be good. I just wondered what my face would look like on a wanted poster.
You've witnessed all of this. You're standing behind them.
Oh God.
I don't think they got the eyes right, if you ask me.
Real quick before you speak up, Doctor, I need you to make a ingenuity and knowledge roll.
All right. Really like to know what I'm looking at.
Because that is freaky shit.
I don't think I do enjoy being on a wanted poster.
It's a really
It's a rite of passage as a
it's a
pirate.
defective Marauders map or something. Go ahead and make your roll. Tell me what you get.
15, 19.
19. You've seen this before. Sometimes you've seen things like this where bounty hunters sometimes will be given, we have our ocean music now. Yay. You've seen stuff like this before where bounty hunters, instead of just like checking in on a network of people who are wanted who have a bounty on their head, sometimes they'll just carry things that are very akin to psychic paper that will actually just transmit and give immediate updates on like a network to people who are wanted, dead or alive.
Like, what planet or time does this come from?
It looks like, from what you can tell, this is definitely alien technology. I would say probably technology level 7. So advanced interstellar far future. This is way beyond human capacity.
Yeah.
With what was your roll, 19?
Yes.
There's a creature called an Abertide that you've encountered a long time ago in one of your past regenerations. And it just suddenly clicks. Abertides. They're shapeshifters. And they ingest people and assume their shape.
Your captain's long gone. Have I noticed you're here? I probably wouldn't say that if it was just a room with you in it.
Yeah. I'm just so
Oh,
the
this
audience
is
knows,
not
because I'm
good.
sure some of those of you out there are Googling this right now. I'm playing a little fast and loose with Abertide. Abertide is an alien from one of the Doctor Who audio plays
Ooh!
that I haven't had a chance to listen to yet, but it fit the bill, so just
Yeah.
whimsy, man. Whimsy. Play with us. All right, so it's called an Abertide. Yes, they are intergalactic shape-shifting creatures that you've run into once before. You thought that they were probably extinct, but it's a good chance that you're in a new universe, so... but yes, here you have it.
All right. This is
It just
not
suddenly
good.
clicks, yeah. And that's when you hear Piggy finally speak up from behind you guys.
What's the time, Lord?
Oi, I
yes.
told you to stay in the hole.
Yeah, I'm not very good at listening. Well,
That's something you might want to work on your new crew. I'm from quite far away. In my land, I'm called a Time Lord. But the Doctor will do.
so like, you're from, like Greenland? Somewhere like that?
Quite like that, yes.
I've read stories. Alright. And you? I'm not stupid. I know you're a woman.
Oh, goodness.
Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I go by Piggy, but I was born Priscilla.
Oh,
So-
Priscilla, lovely to meet you. I'm
Now-
the Doctor.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic crew we have here.
I love this because this finally gives context to why she is trying to train Martin.
I know.
She's been
I was
trying
really,
so hard to get
really
Martin to wake the
hoping
fuck up.
So, well, obviously your secret's safe with me, but what is all this? And what
when-
happened to the captain?
When Piggy motions to that, you're about to start explaining it when you notice it's changing underneath yours, Doctor, where it says "kill on sight." It looks like it's having trouble forming into words, and it goes from "killed on sight" to "deceased."
That's
And
not
your
good.
picture shifts to your previous regeneration, and you see number 10 looking back at you with this sort of like alarmed look on his face.
Who's that?
Doctor?
And then it begins to sort of like bleed a little bit, and then it shifts back to your face and says "kill on sight." It's almost like it's confused.
Well,
I had a sort of a brother, but I think he may be gone.
There is an icy chill that kind of goes up your spine at the sight of it. It continues to constantly shift. You see number 10, you, deceased. Then it shifts back to you, kill on sight, over and over. It looks like it's trying to understand.
Well, Doctor, I don't know about you, but I've had enough of this room.
yeah.
Yes, I've got some bad news about Captain Ambrose. I do believe he's been gone a while.
No, I
And
saw him
there's
this morning.
there's a sort of a creature who looks a lot like him, but he's very dangerous and has taken his place.
A creature? Don't understand.
You were right. Your captain did change. There's a very, very bad man who's pretending to be your captain.
All right.
Look around.
True.
And all we have to do is find him.
And then there's the tear. There's also the tear just sitting there.
And don't touch that.
Don't touch that.
All right. It's a lot to think
You guys
about.
hear
Yeah, but
against,
God!
against the door. You hear.
We're all in the hallway, haven't we?
All right. This ship is cursed, and I say we fix
Can
it.
I tear down the paper or use my sonic to wipe
Yeah.
it blank?
Yeah, you could probably use a sonic to disrupt it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a ingenuity and technology roll. But your sonic could probably deactivate the paper, essentially.
Oh, and I've
All of
got
them.
+2 tech adept.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because you're the
To
doctor.
use complex technology or fix things.
Yeah. So go ahead and make the roll. Tell me what you get. It's going to be tricky, but you can do it because you're
So-
the doctor.
I've already got a 13, 14, 15,
Okay,
and 9 is 24.
you succeed with flying colors.
Great. Have I hacked
Tricky
it
is literally-
backwards into the source?
What's that?
Have I hacked it backwards into the source by
No,
accident?
but you can't hack it backwards. I will say you are able to trace where the transmission is coming from.
Fantastic.
The tear.
Right. This is a bit our fault, isn't it?
What do you mean it's your fault?
all
You're
right.
hearing the pounding on the
Right.
door.
Piggy goes over to the door and pulls it open a crack.
He's coming.
Oh God, he's coming! What do you want to do?
How do I fight an Abertide?
Huh?
How do I fight an Abertide? Big, strong, physical?
Abertides are, I mean, they when they're shapeshifted, I mean, right now, presumably, this Abertide is a human captain of this pirate ship. They don't have any particular strengths or weaknesses physically. They are very dangerous and very clever. And this one presumably is going to be armed with a sword and gun. But there you have it. It's like, how do I fight a human?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Captain. Or Doctor. I'm the captain. I am the captain now. All right. It's either we fight now or we hide.
This one we may have to fight. But let's hide first, shall we?
Oh,
All right then.
dang it.
Martin, get out of here.
Martin immediately runs.
All right.
Just runs
come
up the
on.
poop deck. You've been
Right.
dying for me to say that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Martin runs up the poop deck. There. Everyone happy?
No,
Yes.
tell Martin to get to the nest.
To the net.
With a
Oh.
lantern.
Well, he did
Right.
send somebody up there with the idea of what the signal is.
Oh, he did.
And so yeah. So you guys, all you have to do is use the signal, and whenever you want to use it, and
Not yet.
okay.
All
right.
Shall we all hide
Where am I then?
inside?
Huh?
Where are my men?
Your 3 men? They didn't come with you. They stayed back on the beach.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just remember because it was just gonna be you guys sneaking on board the boat. It was them going down to the beach.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. That's fine with me. Then we're gonna. Where can we hide? What's around?
There's plenty of places to hide in this place. There's lots of tarps, lots of cloth. There's lots of, you see flags all over the place of ships that have been captured. You see like a British flag, Spanish flag. There's plenty of places to slip underneath and hide.
Right. I'm gonna.
There's a scramble.
Peggy,
I'm gonna.
we need to hide.
You you hide. And I go out and I close the door behind me. And is the captain approaching?
Yes.
Okay.
You went out.
Oh, Piggy!
No, Piggy!
The thudding noise, the heavy thudding noise of Captain Ambrose is approaching. You, of course, see him as you've seen him before. He is a larger man, heavier set, not necessarily with muscle, just a heavy man, just big. He has a rather pathetic beard. It doesn't grow into a full beard, so it's kind of like scrags, like hair, wiry hair coming off the side of his face. The side of his head has been completely shaved, where you see a deep inlaid scar. You guys are aware that that is from a bullet that entered his skull some years back and came out the other side. He survived and it scarred over, and he just shaved the side of his head so he could show everybody. He doesn't wear a hat. He is wearing the vest. He has 8 guns strapped across his belt and up a bandolier. So he makes a lot of noise when he walks. And of course, he has a very large pirate saber strapped to his side. Torn sleeves. The guy is menacing looking. He just looks like bad news. This is not what he used to look like. He stands at a menacing 6 feet 5 inches tall, which is unusual for people this time period.
Yeah.
And he has that predatorial gleam in his eye as he's approaching. Even with his tanned, like darkened skin from constant sun, being out in the sun, pirating all the damn time, you can see the glint in his eyes as he's approaching. This man has always kind of spooked you. He spooks everybody, especially, like I said, in the past few months where he's undergone quite a bit of a change. He walks with a bit of a limp in his left leg from where he's taken a sword strike to his knee before, but that didn't stop his adventuring career because it wasn't an arrow.
Topical!
Anyway, so he walks up and stops right in front of you and just glowers down at you. He says, "Piggy, what you doing in front of my quarters, Piggy?"
Captain,
You.
do you remember when I joined up?
I remember everything that happens on board my ship.
Well, remember when Martin and I said we wanted to join on because you were a good man? Out of all the pirates we knew of, you were the only good one.
You're going to want to get to the end of this story as quickly as you can.
Well, why did you change? Why?
He gives you a hard stare for a second and says, "Get out of my way, boy."
Right. And I move past him,
Okay.
and as I go, I take my sword and I stab at the back of his left leg where he's limping.
Oh! Can we hear this? Are we in?
You're going to hear something.
Ah! Oh, Piggy.
Oh, Piggy, Piggy, Piggy.
Oh, Piggy.
Can I interest you in leaving your planet and just living alone into space? Maybe both of you. This place is dangerous and your species is very inconsistent.
What are we hearing right now? What are we hearing?
Creepy
We're supposed to be on a boat?
Right.
Creepy, creepy grumbling.
Right.
I'm the creepy one. I'm the
yes.
creepy one.
Now can I
Give that,
burn a
please
story,
give that.
story points, or
Yes.
you need a roll from me?
Nope, you can burn a story point.
Okay.
I am going to, but this is going to be a contested roll because he's going to try to notice what you're doing.
Okay.
I'm going to give him gutsy cabin boy. All right,
No, it's
cool.
not bad, but then you go fire
Let's
captain
see.
anyway.
It's going to be. All right, so how do I want to do this? Let's do. Go ahead. I'm going to give him a roll to see if he notices what you're doing.
Okay. So I'd like to, as I'm like going past, I'd like to feint back and just kind of
Okay.
try and hamstring him on that side.
I will give you a plus
Would
2
you-
because he's not going to see this coming.
All right.
But I am going to need you to make. This is going to be a coordination.
Good.
I think this would be a coordination subterfuge roll
Okay.
to see that you surprise him.
Okay.
And I'm going to give him.
Okay. Then can I burn an extra one for extra dice?
Yeah, if you want to make that roll.
Kick ass. 14.
Tell me what you get.
16, 17, 18, 19.
19.
Yes.
Okay. 19. So I need you to make a. This is going to be a coordination. This would be coordination fighting
Okay.
as you're making an attack.
Then I'll burn another one.
Okay.
Oh, $2.
$2.
That doesn't
Wait.
make me happy.
16. Okay, 16.
Okay. So this is what happens.
Oh, 18.
18?
Sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says, "Out of my way, boy." You move off to the side. Ambrose walks up to the door and he grabs the handle with a meaty fist. You pull that blade and immediately drive it towards his knee, and it hits metal. Ching! And you realize his sword, without even looking, he inserts his sword behind him and blocks the attack, stopping your sword in mid-strike. And he just thrusts it straight down into the wood. And you guys hear a clanking noise outside as Ambrose turns and looks at you. He kind of slowly looks back and goes, "Just so you know, these are the final moments of your life."
So be it.
Oh no! Don't even.
And so
heard a
now we're going to launch into initiative.
Yay!
Um,
I'll protect you, Piggy.
so...
You're my little lady friend.
So initiative, this is going to throw you off a little bit, Erica, because initiative in this game is totally different than anything you've ever played in RPGs. So the way initiative works in this game, before rolls are made, you announce your intentions.
Okay.
And there are 4 phases to initiative, to combat, essentially. There's talkers, runners, doers, and fighters. So if you're going to try to convince somebody or talk somebody out of doing something, which is totally possible in Doctor Who, because it happens all the time, you would go first. Runners, if you're just going to get the hell out of there or run to another location, they go next. Doers are people who are going to load the cannon, take actions, that kind of thing. And then the last phase of combat is fighters. So once you commit to an action, you're locked in. You can change when it comes to, because you'll tell me your intent, and then we'll go down the list. If you change your mind before we get to you, it's a -2 penalty to whatever you're going to do if you change your intention.
Okay.
So be sure what you want to do when you start. Because you could start by saying, I'm a talker, so I'm going to try to talk him out of shooting me. And if you fail that roll, you're going to get shot, or at least shot at. You do get a reaction, though, so you're not helpless. So if, you said, I'm going to be a talker, and you try to, and he gets to fire, you still get a chance to get the hell out of the way. Everyone gets one reaction.
Okay.
And you can take more, but you get penalties and so on and so forth. So, starting off, talkers. Are anybody going to try to talk through this? I'm guessing not. You're going to try to talk.
Someone has to open the door and.
Yeah, you guys have to rush out of the cabin. So you guys are actually starting within this room, only vaguely aware of what's happening outside the room.
Is getting outside this door a runner or a doer? Action.
I'm going to say this is a runner. That'll make you second in the initiative roll, so you can get there. I'm not going to say opening the door is a doer action. Technically, it would be, but just to make this simple and get you all in the same spot, I'll say you can run to the door and throw it open. And maybe next turn you can get through it. But you can see what's going on. It's double doors, too, so you can throw the whole thing open and see. You'll be right behind Piggy if you do that. Because Piggy's right in front, or rather, no, Piggy got pushed out of the way.
Yeah,
So you'd be right in front of Ambrose, who's currently not even facing the doors.
Do I have to
So
draw a weapon first?
you do, but I'll give you weapon draws unless it's a quick draw. I'll let you do that.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So talkers, doers, or runners rather. So you guys gonna run to the? Are you both running? What are you doing? Amy's announced that she's gonna run.
She's opening the door.
She's gonna run up to the door and throw it open.
I'm gonna stand with gun pointed.
Okay. So you'll need to get. I'll let you. Okay. Well,
So,
in this
yeah,
action,
that's what I wanted to know. What I
it's
had
not-
to do to.
yeah. So it's not gonna be far because you guys are inside of the captain's cabin.
Yeah.
So if your action, Amy, is to run and throw open the doors, then Finn can use your action to pull your gun, and when the doors get thrown open, I'll give you the option of firing on whoever you see, depending on the initiative order, because you don't know what you're going to be facing when the door gets
Right,
thrown
yeah,
open.
no, yeah.
So if you want to do that, but that would make you a fighter.
Yeah, I want to be
So
a
go
fighter.
on. Okay, cool.
What
Yeah.
I'd like to do but can't is say, like, you've been discovered and try to sort of intimidate him into stopping so we can get the jump on him, but I can't get there and do that, so I think the door.
Yeah, it's not timing out right because
Too late.
Piggy's in trouble right now.
Yeah.
So okay, so then we have a runner, we have a fighter. What are you doing, Piggy?
Draw the whip and try and trip him up with it.
Okay, so fighter.
Okay.
All right, so doer first, the doctor. You run up to that door, you grab the handles, and you throw it open. It comes slamming, these 2 planks of wood come slamming open against the sides of the ship as you see the intimidating figure of Captain Ambrose. At that particular moment, his head just immediately just snaps and looks you straight in the eye. In that moment is when we're going straight to the fighters now. So in that particular moment, I'm going to need everyone to make a quick coordination. What's your coordination?
4.
4?
4.
4. So tied. You guys are actually going to go before Ambrose.
Haha.
Also
Who
four.
wants? So if you guys want to have a roll off or decide who goes first, it's up to you.
You can go first.
Okay.
If you want.
All right, cool. So yeah, go ahead. You pull your gun, and the doors come open, and
yeah,
you see
what is
Ambrose.
the scene that I'm looking at?
So what you see is right next to you, and
Yeah.
I mean like when your gun is pulled, the doctor is right next to you, so you're practically over her shoulder.
Yeah.
But you see Ambrose standing in front of you, staring right at you. He's got his sword looks like he's jammed his sword into the deck. You can see splinters coming up from underneath the point. Piggy is staring up at him, and now you, as the door comes flying open, and is currently going for his whip, her whip,
right.
at the side, at the hip, and that's the scene. And then you're looking down the barrel of your flintlock.
Right. And all of his like weapons.
His bandolier, he has flintlocks all over him. Guns, guns, guns. Whether they're loaded or not, you don't know.
I'm sure they're
They're
loaded.
probably
He's
loaded.
a pirate.
Yes, they're probably loaded.
How do flintlocks work? Is there like
They're a one shot.
they're just one, right?
You get one shot. It's going to take a while to reload them. You're not going to have that time in combat.
No.
So you got one shot.
Is this room full of any other weapons I could throw to her if need be?
You could definitely search.
Fan of them.
It
But
shouldn't be a problem.
for the record, I'm assuming from your description of the Advertides that they cannot be like calmly reasoned with to please leave this pirate ship alone.
Especially if he's a bounty hunter and his bounty just threw open the door in front of him, you can probably recognize
2.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to, well,
Well, he didn't see her.
yeah, I
weapon
was going to
yet.
say your poster didn't appear until you appeared in front of
Yeah.
it. So,
So he's got a thing and a thing.
yeah, he's got a bandolier and a belt, and it's just filled with guns.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him in the chest, but I'm
Okay.
gonna aim for the strap to try to, so that if it doesn't kill him, it might at least get rid of some of the guns on his chest.
That is going to require some story points.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So I'm going to say that's probably going to cost you 5 story points
Woo!
Oof.
if you want to pull that off.
I mean, I got him.
You got him.
I got him, and we're gonna need more weapons. So, sure, I'll spend them.
Burning 5 story
Burning
points.
5.
All right, go ahead and make your roll. He is going to try to get the hell out of the way.
Yep.
So, tell me what you roll.
Oh,
10.
wait, what am I rolling, by the way?
So, you're going to be rolling your coordination and marksman.
And with the story points, do I roll more?
No,
dice?
this is just for the plot twist effect that you want, but you're going to have to hit him.
Dang. Okay, so sorry, coordination and what?
It's going to be a coordination marksman.
It's not great.
Oh my, how fun. Okay, tell me what you get.
Do I get to add anything for my
It's-
traits?
I don't,
Like tough or anything?
no, tough is going to save
Tough
you
is
if he
only-
hits you back.
Okay. 11.
11,
Yeah.
you hit him.
I hit it?
Yep,
Oh, nice!
yep.
Bless story
Um,
points.
You hit him, but you only just hit him.
Yeah, I know.
So, you guys hear the popping sound of this flintlock going off, and a puff of smoke just fills the area right in front of him. So for a split second, you lose sight of his surprised-looking face as you shoot right through his bandolier, miraculously smashing through the buckle that straps the bandolier on, breaking through the metal. The bullet passes through his shoulder and explodes out his back shoulder. You watch, you kind of flinch as this wet liquid splashes across your face as he's shot. Purple blood right across the side of your face. Captain goes stumbling back. Let's now roll. Gina, go ahead and roll 2d6 for me. I want to see what he took damage to. Well, no, actually, you don't. I'm sorry, you don't have to because you did a called shot with story points, so I know exactly what he took damage to. That's going to go to his coordination and strength
Cool. Oh, perfect.
because you shot him through the arm. Shot through the arm, and you're too late. You
Does
gave-
give love a bad name.
How does that
It's
one
true.
finish?
That was
You gave
satisfying.
Tendinitis a bad name. I don't know. Okay. Shot, surprise and alarm. Bullet pops. So now it's going to be your go.
All right. So.
Captain Ambrose has been shot.
All right, and as he's stumbling back,
And the guns are on the ground, right?
Just so you know, the flintlock. Just to give you a heads up, a flintlock does. You just did 4 damage to him.
Cool.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not right because you only just hit him, so it's actually
Yeah.
the lower one.
2,
So it's only 2
2,
damage.
4, 6, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And the flintlocks are on the ground, yeah?
What's that?
And his flintlocks.
The flintlocks. So what happens is
yeah.
once that belt pops, as your turn comes up, you watch the weight from those flintlocks that are just strapped onto his chest. It pulls that bandolier apart, so it just flops down onto his kind of dangling off to the side. One of the flintlocks just drops out of the belt completely. But yeah, he's that whole bandolier has been completely, including the ammo pouches that he had stashed on there. They all just flop down away from access, so he doesn't have a chance to grab
Awesome.
them. Yeah.
So as he stumbles back, I'm going to attempt to catch his legs in the whip that I've drawn.
Go ahead and make a roll. This is going to be difficult. So I'm going to put the difficulty level. It's not going to be difficult because that's actually the name of one of the. I'm going to put it at hard.
Okay.
It's going to be, or actually no, I'm sorry. I'm getting used to combat in Doctor Who. It's a contested roll.
Okay.
So this is going to be his coordination and athletics because you're going to try to whip him around.
Great.
You're going to try to get that whip across him. All right, so let's see what he can do here. Make your roll.
All right. Just do it. And what am I?
So it's going to be your coordination and fighting.
Okay.
Tell me what you get.
11.
11. Yeah. The whip goes around his leg, and as he's pulled back, he reacts from being shot. He goes, and he sees the whip go down around his leg, and he looks at you and jerks his leg back, and the whip goes right out of your hands.
Ah!
And he just kicks it back onto the deck as he rolled extremely well.
Oh, no.
And stops.
Oh, boy.
He rolled way over your results, so he actually disarms you. The whip comes free of your hand, just slips out of your
God.
hand. And now it's his turn. He is going to shove past Piggy and go at the pirate captain that just shot him through the arm. By the way, he does not look particularly wounded, even though that bullet went through him. Doesn't look
No.
like he's that discouraged
No!
by the wound.
His reputation precedes him.
Here it comes. No, no, no. All right, Gina.
20.
So you're going to need to roll. You don't have your sword out, so you're probably going to need to dodge this. So I would say make a coordination. I believe it's an athletics check
Okay.
to get out of the way. Or maybe, you know what? Give me a second. Bear with me, audience. We're going to just refer to the book because I want to do this right. I don't want to have Mr. Chapman email me and be like, actually, guys, you did that wrong. You hamstrung your
Ow,
players.
I was rolling so well before.
Here we go.
I'm baffled. Baffled.
Oh, interesting. So it's fighting. Good. Yes, indeed, it is fighting. So you're going to roll, if you're dodging, you're going to roll your coordination plus fighting.
Okay.
So it's add your coordination plus fighting to the roll and tell me what you get. See if he,
Still, just 11.
it's 11. Okay, that sword almost got you.
Oh!
Almost got you. You kind of like crane your neck back, pardon me. You crane your neck backwards as this blade just goes right in front of your eye line, splitting one of the hairs that you had dangling in front of your face. As you kind of stumble back and...
Pull my sword! Pull my sword!
yeah, you kind of instinctively just drop your gun. Now it's useless, and you draw your blade. And that brings us to the top of the round. All of this has happened in front of you, Doctor. Top of the round. Talkers, runners, doers, fighters.
Are there lanterns or candles or
In the cabin.
lanterns in the cabin? Okay. All right. Where is he now?
He's standing just a few feet away from you.
Okay. Is he
'cause
still in the doorway?
You're kind of flanking him. He
Yeah.
is in the doorway, but he's
Okay.
actually, there's room to get past.
Okay.
You're going to have to dodge through these two, but it depends on what they're doing. Because I need talkers.
Right.
As soon as I establish intent.
Would
You guys can
talk-
coordinate this.
Talkers, is that only if I'm talking to Ambrose?
Yeah. So, or no,
Okay.
anything that would involve like this round, you're going to talk to somebody to try to like talk them down or maybe threaten them or anything like that. If that's
But
going
that
to be your
doesn't
action,
include just like saying a thing.
you can shout like a one-word command or something like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell Peggy to run.
Yes. That's not a talker action.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
can shout
do
run.
I talk at all? Okay.
You can
yeah.
totally shout run.
All right. Peggy, you get to the deck and you signal.
That's talking.
Oh,
You
okay,
can
then
shout
just
run.
Right. No, Martin's on it.
Okay, so
All I
that's
said- I-
need
all
to
I-
Did we tell them we would do the
All I
signal
said was
from
run,
the
though.
captain's quarters? Where did we say we would
just
have the
said
lantern?
we
before anything else happens. So Gina's announced that. What is your action for the round?
My
'Cause I haven't
action's
gotten
still
intent.
fighting. I just
You're
yelled
gonna
run.
fight?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
All right. I'm gonna.
Doctor.
We need you.
I'm gonna try to basically bluff this thing.
Okay.
Um,
Talking.
yeah.
You're a talker. What are you doing, Erica?
Do I have time within the action to both grab the whip and run in?
That's a
Or
doer.
just- Okay.
Because the whip
Just
is
grab
the whip is
okay.
completely wrapped around his leg right now.
There's
So
Oh,
a
he-
loose
it's
thing
on
of
him.
guns
Yeah.
on the
It's
ground.
on him.
it's on him.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
succeeded
that's
in hitting
fine,
him,
that's fine.
but-
okay,
yeah.
good. That's fine.
All
I'll
his
grab
weapons-
Can I grab one of the pistols as I run, or should I just? Is it just one or the other?
No.
Okay.
I would say you could grab one of the pistols
Okay, gonna grab
and
one
then
of the
move,
pistols
but you
as
wouldn't
I'm
get to the
moving.
lanterns by the end of this round.
That's fine. Yeah.
But you could grab one of the pistols and I'll let you go into the cabin.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
But as a reaction, as a fighter, I might give him the opportunity to try to kill you.
It's okay, I got you.
Okay, it's fine. It's
All right, you gonna do it?
Yeah.
You'll get a reaction still,
Sure.
so you're not helpless.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's,
Okay.
think of it like in D&D terms, it'd be like an attack of opportunity
Right,
kind of
that
deal.
makes sense, yeah.
So.
Right. I'm gonna grab a pistol and run into the cabin.
Ah! Okay. So talker's up first is the
I
doctor.
didn't mean that way.
Run!
the other way.
All right, doctor. What are you doing?
My basic goal is to distract him into not attacking anyone with some intimidating bluster. So I'm pulling out the Sonic and going, "Stop right there, Abertide demon!"
Okay. I'm going to need you to make a. This would be a presence plus convince roll. It is going to be contested. Tell me what you get.
16.
16.
Yes.
He stops.
That was surprising.
That was brilliant. Everyone, at the exact same time. That's got to be a GIF. So you stop right there, Aberdeen. When you shout out the name of the species, he does stop and look at you and say, "Who are you?"
Your worst nightmare. No one's ever said it before in the
It's
early
true.
1700s.
Stallone is not around for like another 300-400 years. You're like, ha ha ha.
He's deeply impressed.
Yeah.
So is Finn.
So he is actually going to. Cool.
I'll keep talking if we need to. Your time here is done.
Okay. He's failed his resolve check, so he's frozen. He's looking at you kind of like he's a little stunned that you just called out the name of this species. And it looks like he actually might recognize the sonic technology you're holding. So he's frozen, kind of looking you over. That's going to be your action. Next up is runners,
Which
Right.
which is going to be you.
Okay.
He is not going to get the action to attack you because Amy, the doctor completely succeeded, which means he's actually, as strong as he is, his resolve was not that high. So he's kind of locked in step in conversation with the doctor this round. So he's not going to get his attack
All
on you.
right. So I grab, I run by and grab a pistol as I go.
Okay, he watches you kind of confused and turns his attention back to the doctor. What are you doing? Because now we're on fighter.
I'll go to disarm. Can I stab or cut off his hand to get the knife out of his hand? Just disarm
Yes.
him.
If
That's
you,
what I wanna do.
all right, so okay, yeah, I'll let you do that.
Cool.
Go ahead and make the roll. I'm going to give him a roll as well. He's going to react. Oh, his sword. You're going to try to disarm him.
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you get?
What am I adding to this?
So it's going to be your coordination plus fighting.
Okay. 16.
16. Your swords clash. And now you're in a duel. Yi's attention goes completely off of you as he suddenly jumps back and slashes down, barely stopping your blade from like basically ramming your steel into his forearm.
Yeah.
He manages to stop you at the last possible second, and he assumes the sword stance. And
As do I.
now we're in a fight. Now we're in a full-blown duel. If you want to
Wanna
try to
keep
toss him up
tracking?
again, there's going to be a penalty this time because he stopped and then he got attacked. So we're at the top of the round. So talkers. Nope. I didn't think so. Runners. Does anybody have any intention to run?
I'm gonna make it to the lantern.
That would be, so this turn I'm going to say that's doers.
Okay.
Because you're already halfway there, so I'm
Sure,
going to say your
okay.
normal movement will
All
take
right.
you to the lanterns. Yeah.
Cool.
So does anybody want to run, what do you guys want to do? Tell me your intentions. I'm guessing, Gina, you want to
I
fight.
gotta fight. 'Cause I
You want
don't
to kill
wanna
yourself an
die.
alien captain?
A what?
You want to kill yourself an alien captain?
I don't necessarily want to kill him,
But if he died on your blade,
but if he died, at least I'm protecting my friends.
it's like,
It's more so I don't want him holding any more weapons.
there's that too. He's got plenty of them.
Yeah.
He is also dragging a bandolier full of guns
Yeah.
on the deck. Doctor, you look very frustrated.
I can I think of any.
I'm sorry.
What I wanted.
I was just trying to
Can I-
disarm
No,
him.
it's good. It's good. I don't wanted to kill you. If I try to close that portal, he'll still be here. It doesn't solve this fight issue.
Do you know that for sure?
I don't know. Is there anything I can do to help you that isn't attacking him?
Probably not.
Remember, if you're stumped and you want suggestions, you can burn a story point.
Yeah, what would the doctor do?
Yeah, essentially. Because Doctor Who is the show is such to translate the show into an RPG is such a strange format. The story point system is a brilliant way of helping you
Yeah, it is.
basically do that.
Can Piggy say, all right, I'm not stupid. I figured out your magic. Now do magic things and let the captain do what she does best, which is clearly fighting. I'm sorry, he.
So you're so you're in the
Empress
cabin.
can know I'm a girl. We
What's
all
that?
know. Everyone here knows I'm a lady. We can say she.
Yeah, you're like, oh, forget it. So what's happening now? So we're on the doctor.
I've just spent my story point to
get a
think what would the
suggestion?
doctor do, yeah.
There's no way that tear in space-time, there's no way that isn't having an influence or an effect onto why he is here.
I know it's how he got here.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if I have reason to believe that
He's
it will
linked to it somehow.
Yeah.
You don't know. But
Yeah.
that transmission that's on the papers, it's coming from inside the tear.
Yeah, I don't desperately want to strand us here, but I think I'd better close that thing.
Yeah.
I bound back towards the tear with my Sonic.
Okay. Okay. You tear back into the room towards the tear. Tearing towards the tear. So that's going to be your... So you're doing runner action this turn.
If
Yeah.
there's any way for me to scan it as I go to learn anything else, because I haven't scanned this one technically.
That's true. You have not scanned this one. It's much larger than the other one, too.
Yeah.
Where the other one was just like a small rip, this one is like a full-on. You could probably stick your body into it if you needed to. Not that I would recommend you doing that, based off of what you know about it.
Yeah.
So what you see here is you get into there and you see Piggy is inside the captain's quarters and is just like saucer-eyed looking at this thing. That's going to be your doer action. So so we know that you're fighting. What are you doing, Piggy?
Grabbing the lantern.
Oh, you're going to signal,
Yeah.
right?
No, Martin's
Oh.
doing that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, throw it at him. I'm gonna-
Okay, you just reach up and grab one of the
Yeah.
lanterns down.
Uh-huh.
So that's what you're going to be doing this turn, and he's going to be fighting. So we're going to start off. So we start with runners. That's you running into there, running up to the tear. You seeing, watching Piggy as Piggy just reaches up and grabs one of the lanterns down off of the thing. Next turn, you're going to be able to scan this because you just ran in there. You're in a sword fight
I
with
am.
an alien captain.
Who
Roll.
goes first?
You're going to go first.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a story point.
Oh,
I'm
spend
down
a story
to 3.
point.
How are you doing?
What?
I'm down to 3. How are you doing?
3 what?
Story points. I'm just curious where we
Oh,
are.
I'm at 6.
Humans get a ton of story points.
Good.
They start with 12.
But I just used a ton.
Yeah.
You just dropped a ton to basically take
But I
away
didn't
his...
use like any last game, so I'm okay with
It's true, yeah. So go ahead and make your roll.
it.
This is going to be the fighting roll.
So 2 more dice, please.
Oh. Interesting.
That one hit my arm.
Should I reroll?
Hey, it hit my arm. Do we reroll?
If it didn't cock, if it's not a cocked die,
It's
Nah,
not
I
cocked
just
then
back.
the
stopped
flat-
you.
if you want, use the dice tower because that'll help you with rolls.
You don't have to.
I think
I'm
it's
not-
fine.
I-
yeah,
I'm
we're
okay.
not rolling.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I'm okay.
All right. Cool.
I'm okay. Okay. 15. What? Coordination and fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me what you get.
15. 22.
Okay, you hit him.
I do.
22.
And I also have tough, so.
Well,
2
that's
plus
that's
damage,
to
right?
reduce that's reduced damage against you. He also has yeah.
Oh!
So if he ever does damage to you, you subtract it by 2.
Oh, okay.
He did not block this time, so you're going to hit him very well. So that is going to be it's a sword,
It just is plus 2 to damage.
so it's going to be your strength. What's your strength?
My strength is 3.
Okay,
5.
you do a lot. You, you guys are trading blows back and forth. You guys are hearing the clang of steel against steel as he's grunting and laying into you. And for a second, it looks like he's enjoying himself, like he knows he's got the upper hand. And as he lunges forward with a downward strike from this, you kind of angle up and go right into the chest, right into the bullet wound, where it just kind of widens the wound and now just exasperates everything that's happened there. And the trauma, you see more purple blood, and he goes, "Argh!" He cries out and stumbles back, and he is going to take, on top of the damage from his resolve check, the Aberdeen, he stumbles back and kind of almost falls to a knee with wide eyes and starts screaming out in a weird language you've never heard before. Sounds like a series of clicks and growls, some kind of almost insectoid kind of sounding.
Do I understand it?
Your sonic screwdriver will translate to it. He's calling for help. You can hear it shouting out in sonic screwdriver. Yeah. That's his.
I've
That's
been
his.
assuming he came alone.
I need you, Finn, to
Yeah.
make a coordination fighting check.
Okay.
As he is, or if you want to make, that's if you're dodging, or you can make a strength coordination check, or fighting check rather, a strength fighting check. Whatever you rolled is fine, but I'll let you choose if you're blocking or dodging this. If you're blocking it, it's strength plus fighting. If you're dodging, it's coordination plus fighting. Which one would you prefer? Because he's basically trying to run you through with a blade right now.
You said which one?
So you get to choose. If you want to
Yeah.
block, it's strength plus fighting. If you want to dodge, it's coordination plus fighting. Generally, whichever one's
I'll
higher.
dodge.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and add those 2 traits to whatever you just rolled. those two attribute, that attribute and skill.
15.
Okay,
Yeah, 15.
15. Okay. 6. Body. So subtracting 2,
Oh, he hits me?
he hits you.
Dang it.
Subtracting 2 because you're tough with his strength. So you're going to take 2 points of damage divided up between your resolve and your strength as he cuts you. He manages sort of like a desperate, as he's kind of throws his weight, his massive weight, letting go of he was supporting himself with the sword for a second. It's a reckless attack, but he lunges in. It's so surprising to see him recover. So you were taken a little off guard as the blade just launches forward and cuts you right across your ribs. It's not deep, but it hurts.
Yeah.
And that's fighting. Now we're at the top of the round again. Talkers, runners, let's do it. Who wants to do, what are your intentions? Who wants to do what?
What is the
You've got the lamp.
Yeah.
You've got the lantern from
Yeah.
the last round. Doctor, you are at the tear. You've got the Sonic out,
Yeah.
and you're locked in mortal combat with
I'm
an
still
alien
fighting.
captain from hell.
I'm still fighting.
Who is
I want his
wounded.
head.
Yes. All right.
Screw the money. There's so much money on this ship. I want his head.
All right. Cool.
I'm gonna scan that thing to make sure no one else is coming through it.
Okay.
Or-
You're gonna be. That's a doer action.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Throwing
Throwing.
it at him.
Throwing. So you're gonna get back to the
Yeah.
deck and throw the lamp at him.
Too.
Okay.
Are they
Cool.
on the deck or?
Huh?
Are they on the deck?
They're
or-
on the deck in front of the captain's cabin. You
Okay.
went back into the
All right.
captain's cabin,
Yeah.
grabbed the lantern. Now you got to
Okay.
run back out.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. And you're fighting.
How do we signal to Martin?
Well, this
Martin's
round
already doing
actually,
it.
you guys are going to notice that Martin has been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because there were gunshots. so.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He would have heard a gunshot.
Yeah. So it takes a while to climb up a main mast. I can tell you that. Takes a few minutes to climb up to a main mast, get to
From
a
the
crow's
big
nest, and then signal. So you guys. So at the top of the round, so we've got
Shout
the
out to the
doers.
comics of Lucy Bellwood, by the way, for people who love tall ships and sailing.
What's that?
Shout out to the comics of Lucy Bellwood, by the way, for people who love tall
yeah?
ships and sailing.
Yeah. I got so distracted.
I'm
for
so
a
sorry.
No, that's okay. I
Top
just
of the
thought I
round.
started thinking about all the things that I want to give shout outs to suddenly, and I was like, oh no, back to the game.
Top of the round. That's
Top of
what
the
he
round.
said.
So we have talkers. Nobody's talking this round.
No, it's
Runners. That's going to be Erica, who's going to run all the way back out with the lamp. Actually,
Aren't we in the cabin fighting?
no.
We're not in- we're in
You
the
guys
hall?
are.
Doorway?
You remember you threw open the doors and
Yeah,
fired,
yeah.
and he went back, and then the doctor tried to talk to him, and then you attacked him. So now you guys are right in front of the cabin.
Got it.
The doctor
Okay.
ran back in. Erica ran back in.
Okay.
So now on this one, Erica, I'm going to say this is a. I'm going to give you the fighter action on this because you're actually
Okay.
going to get back to him in time to throw that.
All right. All right.
So I'll give you the fighter action on this. So you're going to go at the bottom of the round. Doers, that's going to be Amy, the doctor. You're scanning this thing.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your ingenuity and science.
9, 14. Do I get any tech adept or other bonus when I'm using my own Sonic?
Yes.
Okay. 9, 14, 16,
You're the doctor.
plus 5 is 21.
21. So you just pull out the Sonic and frantically start scanning this thing, and new data starts coming back, and you almost are dizzied by what you see. It's like your Sonic causes the tear to react, and for a split second, you see that sort of morphic cloud. All of a sudden, it looks like you're looking into a hall of mirrors, and you see infinite realities down this hallway.
So when we threw the
You
gunpowder in, it
see
came back and out.
hundreds of thousands of maybe millions, no, possibly billions of yous looking back with a sonic screwdriver. You
Me-me's or me's with different faces?
yous. Some of you with different faces. You see everyone from your fourth regeneration to your third regeneration to your first regeneration. You see the whole line. You even see a strange regeneration you're not familiar with, an older man with curly gray hair looking back with very large, confused eyes. You just see an eternity of doctors looking back in the exact same moment of time. And for a split second, even your Time Lord's mind has trouble comprehending what you're witnessing. You're essentially looking into a well between the worlds. And you were seeing all of the realities, and at the exact same time, you hear a cacophony of "Doctor." Everyone, the moment you say it, everyone says it back, and then an eruption of conversation as everyone's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. To the mortal mind who might be witnessing this, it might be enough to drive them mad, but your Time Lord brain is processing this as everyone's suddenly trying to communicate to each other in a split second. You know you only have this window into trying to figure out what's going on, and it looks like every doctor you see is trying to do the exact same thing. But you're hearing one phrase keep getting uttered over and over. What happened to Gallifrey? What happened to Gallifrey? Do you know if Gallifrey survived? Like you're hearing all of this echoing back through the halls.
Did Gallifrey fall?
That's you shout that out, and you hear you. It's like your voice just disappears into a tidal wave of question. Everyone wants to know what happened to Gallifrey, and that's what's happening on your action. Amy's like table flip. So fighters.
Yep.
Gina, you're
Yep.
up.
Okay, I'll spend another story point again.
Okay. You're gonna add 2 more to your dice.
Yep.
Guess what?
Huh?
He's gonna spend a story point.
No, bad guys don't get story points.
Oh yes, they do.
Great.
Tell me what you get.
And then it's coordination and fighting.
Yes. I'm assuming you're using, your sword, right?
What?
You're using your sword.
Yeah, I don't have any other weapons.
It could technically be a strength fighting, but coordination's fine.
Nope.
I think it really depends on sword
Coordination's
style.
better.
Then use coordination.
Yep.
You rely on your dexterity and speed more than you do your
Yeah,
strength
I'm
on
quick.
this guy. Yeah,
I'm not strong. I'm.
yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
What'd you get?
21.
This is amazing. So your swords clash again.
No!
I rolled a 21.
This duel! This duel!
This is a great pirate battle, though.
Yeah, you guys are clashing back and forth. He's fighting with a little more desperation.
Yeah.
That gunshot and that stab you got on him has put him at a tremendous disadvantage. So he's like fighting. You can see genuine concern on his face as he's trying to fight you back. He's gone from that menacing character to on the edge as he fends you off. He is going to try to counterattack. Wait, no. Erica, you're up next. You
Right.
go before him.
Okay.
So I have to give you a heads up.
Yes.
You are throwing an oil lantern into combat.
Yes.
So
It might set me on
this
fire.
is going to be like throwing a Molotov cocktail at
Right.
two people fighting, which means there's going to be a high risk that if you screw up this roll, Captain Finn will be on fire.
Can I aim for on the other side of
To try to land it behind him or
Ambrose, to
something?
land it behind him so you take splash damage.
You can try, yeah.
All right.
But I mean, it's gonna
Okay.
really it's gonna come down to your roll.
All right. What do you
Do
want?
that, do that, do that.
What do you want?
This would be a coordination fighting roll,
Okay.
straight up.
Okay. I'm gonna burn a point.
It's like lobbing a grenade, basically.
Yeah.
Tell me what you get. It's gonna be tricky.
20.
20. Okay, so actually, you know what? You weren't aiming it at him,
Yeah.
and you got a 20. So I'm gonna say you succeed. You get it. You guys watch this oil lantern fly through the air. Finn catches it in the corner of his eye. For a split second, you see what's happening, and you almost have a moment to go, "Oh shit!" And then this thing smashes into the ground and explodes into flames. It's not a bomb though, so basically a small fire erupts behind
Yeah.
behind him. You did succeed, but only just. So he doesn't catch fire, but now he's basically fire's right behind him.
All right.
Now, so he's got to take that into account on his next round.
Right. Push him
And there's
in the
also
fire.
there's also a fire on a large wooden ship.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
Yeah.
The
And it's on-
Abigail,
and
it's usually
in
bad.
front of the only way out of this
Yeah.
cabin.
So okay, so now it's him. All right, Gina.
Yep.
I need Finn to try to fend off a pirate saber from trying to skewer him through. See what you get. Let me know what you get.
What am I defending?
Same as always, so it's coordination plus fighting. That's if you're dodging. I'm assuming you are.
17.
Okay, you dodged. 17? Yeah. Blade, this time it didn't come close.
Yeah.
He's basically any technique that he had has gone off the windows. He's just kind of like swinging wildly at you and shouting out in that alien language. That's going to be that round. At the end of this round, you hear popping sounds from the beach. For those of you on deck who can see what's happening, a big fight has broken out on the beach. Lots of popping, and you're watching a swarm of men coming charging out of the jungle, if you can spot it. Also, up above, you hear fighting in the crow's nests and whatnot up above. So basically, all hell's broken loose.
Yeah.
And the Abigail's under attack. So now it's the top of the round again. So I need talkers, runners, doers, fighters. What are you guys doing?
Fighting.
Fighting? Doctor?
I-
Good question.
So the information I've gotten from the tear, like, has sort of taken a backseat to being boggled at my many selves. But we do still have like a problem here. I need to know.
You do. It's possible that you might be able to focus fire, so to speak. Possibly, since you spent a story point, I'll just let that carry over to this because it's such an unusual, like, what the hell do I do situation. So I'll give this to you. It might be possible to use the sonic screwdriver on a roll if you succeed. You might be able to single out one doctor to have a conversation with. You would not have a lot of time. But one of you might know what's happening. Otherwise, the tear is going to either what you suspect from the information you've gathered from your sonic is that the tear is either going to close or it's going to drop. You're going to lose the window to the other realities, the other doctors. Since you guys all, because this was a meeting of all the doctors in the reality all at the same time doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So there was an alignment. So you have this one chance. You might be able to ask.
I suppose it's a talking action.
It would be a talking action. So you would go first. Or no, you would need to, this would be a sonic action. So you're going to use your sonic screwdriver. This would be a doing action. So the next turn, so what'll happen, if you succeed, I'll give you one turn to talk to one of the other doctors before you lose connection. If you
Alright.
want to do that.
That's what I'm doing.
But that's the last suggestion I can give you until you spend another story point.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that sound good?
It does feel a bit.
You look uncertain.
I feel a little bit guilty about stopping to take care of my business in the middle of this.
You're fine, I got
fire
If it makes you feel
scenario.
better as a
Romantic
player,
thing.
you are technically dealing with a universe disrupting problem while there's a sword fight taking place outside. So it's like,
If I need to know that this terror isn't going to get bigger and consume the ship, I do need.
you do know that this thing is a threat to reality.
Yeah.
You just don't know how it gets fixed. So that much information you do have.
Okay.
So you're doing that. So that's doer. What are you doing?
Grabbing the whip. What is
Awesome.
Yeah.
That would be. I would say that's a
Banking on that?
that's a doer action.
Okay.
But if you succeed in doing this,
Okay.
you're with fire and you grip on the whip. I'm going to give him a penalty next turn if you succeed.
Okay.
Because at that point, you guys are cornering. I mean, like
Yeah.
there's so much going on. Mm-hmm. And he's got basically two people attacking him.
Alright.
So let's go ahead and start at the top. So talkers, runners. All right, Amy. So the doctor needs to roll ingenuity and technology. Obviously, not your weakest rolls.
4 and that's 13, 14, 15 for tech adept, and 11, 26.
26. Let's see who you get. Fun. So you see a very unfamiliar face staring back
That was
at you.
going to be who I aimed at.
Very unfamiliar face. But you notice that there is a different looking sonic screwdriver, of course, pointed in your direction. And all of a sudden, it's like you can hear, it's almost like talking like this. And everything around you guys is muted for a split second as you both see recognition in your eyes. And
Is he from the world I left?
you don't know yet.
Okay.
That'll be next turn. But as you guys make the connection, he goes, "Doctor?"
Doctor?
And a smile comes to his face and he says, "Well, it's about time."
Thought so myself.
And then now, it cuts to
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Gina, you're fighting this guy.
Yeah. Oh no, it's doers,
I'm
right?
doing. Am I?
Oh,
doing
that's right.
First? Okay.
Yeah, you're going to go for the whip.
All
You're
right. All right.
Go for the whip. He is going to. If he reacts to you, he's going to get a penalty reacting to Gina. So he's got to decide.
Yes.
if he wants.
Decide.
Yeah.
What is it gonna do?
Sure. Yeah. He doesn't want you to get that whip, so he's gonna react. So go ahead and make your. It's gonna be a coordination athletics check. No, let's make it. Let's make it fighting.
Okay.
Unless you want it to be.
Yeah, athletics will be.
I think athletics actually works better here
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're making a grab for a moving object. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily fighting. So go ahead and make a coordination athletics check, and then I'm going to use his roll. To frack me.
I like that.
Or it's bad.
No, that was bad for Ambrose, I think.
No,
Are those $2?
no, the other
No,
one.
16.
Oh no!
Okay. Yeah, you reach out and grab for that whip, and he picks his foot up. He manages to get it back down again, but you just comes right out of range. So you snatch for it. You almost stumble into the fire, but you kind of stumble. But 16, you fail. But you are now directly behind him, where he can't
Right.
see what you're doing.
Okay.
No!
He is going to get a -2 penalty
You're
against you.
directly behind him? No!
So, so it's
Lean down again and do the
It's
push-up
okay.
thing.
That's the thing is, I am leaned down because I was grabbing for the whip, so I'm in a crouching position.
but
behind
here's
him.
here's the problem: is it's him, fire, you.
Oh.
You've gone
All
through
right.
the fire.
Okay.
She managed to not go into the fire. So when she lunged for the whip,
Okay.
she missed. And as a penalty, because I didn't penalize her too much because you did miss, but only by a little bit.
Okay.
So you're in a position where you can do more because you're directly behind. You're like flanking him. Think of it like that. You
Okay.
can't see what you're doing back there. But if you were going to try to, but you do have the obstacle of the fire
But
between
the
the two
fire
of
isn't
you.
here. Okay, it's
It's-
fine. The fire's
You see what I'm saying?
just directly behind him, and then I'm behind the fire.
So she's not.
Yeah.
It's
So
not.
if-
It doesn't go like Ambrose, her, fire.
No.
It's like
so
Ambrose,
if my open hand
her.
is his face
Right.
facing forward, then
She's
here's
like
the
over here.
fire
Got it.
that's behind him,
Yeah.
and then here's where she ended
Okay.
up, right on the
Okay.
other side of the
Rolled
fire.
through it, kind
Right.
of.
Rolled the
So-
fire.
So she's on the other side
Yes.
of the fire.
Yeah. So she wouldn't be able to.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well then,
It's fine.
But I mean, you were in a good position next turn
Yeah.
for whatever you want to do.
yeah. Then spending a story point,
Okay.
gonna kick him in the chest into the fire.
Oh, I love it. That's going to be a fighting roll. So that's going to be a strength fighting roll. I think.
No.
You're spending a story point though, so you get the extra dice.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So go ahead and make a strength fighting. Since you're not using martial arts here, you're just kicking.
Ooh.
Uh oh.
I don't like that.
He's going to try to resist. Wow. Okay. Tell me what you get.
Coordination and strength.
No,
fighting
it's
and
strength and fighting. Plus whatever you spent a story point for the extra die roll, right?
Yeah.
15.
It's only a 15. Well, that beats his 11.
Hey!
You guys are, it's like a movie. You guys are doing the clang sword strikes back and forth, the lunges, the advantages, the disadvantages. You guys are kind of dancing around the deck. You reach for the whip and totally miss. You almost go into the flyer. You just kind of stumble backwards, and this thing is up. You see your opportunity as Piggy's positioned
distracted.
behind him, and with the full force of your weight, like
just go
lunging forward, pull up his sword and send your foot.
Yeah.
This boot collides with his chest, and it's enough to send him stumbling back. He goes through the fire, doesn't really do much, but he runs into Piggy, who's on the ground. He stumbles back over Piggy and slams into the ground and does a roll onto the ground. He loses his sword.
Yes!
It clanks off to the side of the deck, and he looks at it. And we're at that dramatic moment where he sees his weapon within your reach, Piggy.
Right.
You two make eye contact as you realize the blade is just a few feet away. So next turn it is going to be, yeah. All right, so that was you. So actually, Piggy, that was your, so you were fighting? Okay, so it's the top of the round.
Top of the round.
Talkers, I'm guessing talking action.
A
Doctor,
little bit, yes.
you're talking to the doctor.
So exciting.
He says, we don't have long.
I know.
Can you tell me what happened to Gallifrey?
Can you tell?
Okay, let's skip that one.
No, but what?
Where are you?
That's the last thing I knew. I've gone from one world to another. I shouldn't be here. I think
What number are you?
I'm 11. Do we use our own numbers? We don't use our numbers, do we?
Huh? Doctor is, yeah, what regeneration are you? Doctors, there's actually a moment in the last season where the doctor asked another Time Lord, which regeneration? And the guy said, 10. And then something happened. I won't say what, but it was a great moment.
Oh, I didn't realize
highly
they did use the
recommend.
numbers.
Yeah, it's sort of, yeah, totally. As Peter Capaldi's doctor put
meta.
it, we're on Gallifrey. Death is like man flu here. All right.
As audience, you know that I haven't met that doctor in Amy's life yet either.
Yeah, Amy's catching up on the Capaldi season. His first season's a little, I know we're all opinionated, but the last season was fantastic in my opinion. Yeah.
All right. So
Capaldi is awesome. So, all right.
that's the last thing I remember. And
I
then
seem to
I
remember
just-
Gallifrey freezing in time.
Yes. Did it work?
I don't know. I think that's the next thing I've got to find out. What has happened in your universe?
Well, and now is it? Can I tell what?
You can tell him you've only got this time, so that you can actually see that the hallway. It's almost like the lights being shut off. So down, like you're hearing it getting quieter and quieter as you see.
I've crossed from one universe into another one. The us from this world is dead.
He
But I
looks
don't
very
know what
troubled
it's
at that.
doing to the universe.
There is an echo I've noticed. Another doctor appeared here in my universe. There appears to be an echoing effect where we're sort of being spread out like projections and becoming whole and formed in a new universe. It makes no sense.
What? That's not right.
There were 2 doctors here. I saw it myself, but reality corrected and killed that doctor.
How do we stop it?
I don't know, but it has something to do with these tears. You need
Have
to
you found them as well then?
I found them all over my reality. Doctor, go to Gallifrey, see if it's there. It might be alive in your reality. We might be able to communicate again if we... Here, he sends it looks like a frequency through your sonic. We might be able to reach each other again if you contact me through the next tear you encounter.
I'll call again, Doctor.
I'll call again, Doctor. Right. And then he steps back just as the tear goes close, and you see those papers immediately go blank that are up on the wall.
That settles that.
Outside, that's the talking action. Runners. He's gonna run.
Oh!
After 2 rounds of calling out for help and then suddenly realizing that the temporal window closed, you see Ambrose suddenly eyes go wide like he's noticing something. That's going to be his intention though, so he's not doing it yet. I need you guys' intentions. Because you technically have,
I'm going for the sword.
How close am I
Okay.
to her?
I'd say about 10 feet.
Okay.
Doctor wouldn't say this, but there are a bunch of guns on the ground.
I know. She has it's not. There's only one gun on the ground. She picked it up.
But his whole belt was full of guns.
He said it just detached onto himself, right? Or are there lots of guns on the ground?
There are
I
lots
thought
of...
you said only one fell.
One fell out,
Yeah.
and the rest are still in
On his-
the bandolier, but the bandolier is like a heavy belt that's just kind of like, you know what I
Right,
mean?
but it's
like
still attached to
it's
him.
dragging to him.
That's what I thought. You have the only gun. I need your gun.
All right.
So
you
what
wanna-
is that action? What would that be if I want her gun?
I'm
To
just
you wanna make a grab for the
I'm
gun,
just holding it.
That's going to be a
too,
doer
so-
action to grab the gun, to go for the gun and grab it.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you're going to aim it.
yeah,
You could use that
but
as a
she's
doer
holding
action.
the gun.
Are you holding it?
She
Yeah.
picked up the gun.
Picked it up.
Oh, that's right. You did pick it up. You managed to get it.
Use the gun and the sword?
Yeah. Oh,
No,
well,
she's
no,
gonna
no,
go.
no, no,
yeah,
sword,
No,
yeah,
he's
okay.
holding the gun, going to go for the sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to grab it out of my hand, that would work too, I assume.
I do. Or no, can I? I'm not gonna waste my action.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna fight. And
Okay,
I'll
you're gonna
tell
fight
you
him?
what I do in a second.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to fight, and you're
I'm going.
going to go for the
doing-
sword.
Yeah.
All right. So he was originally going to go for the sword, but I decided that he's going to run.
Well, would he do that before I started?
Runners
So
get
does that
to
mean
go
he
first.
gets a penalty?
Would I?
I'm going to give him a penalty because he is going to go for the sword. I think as a storyteller, I think I'm realizing now Ambrose was going to run, but then realized once the portal closed on your round, realized how desperate the situation is. So I'm going to give him a -2 penalty, and he's going to try to grab for the
Alright.
sword.
Okay.
So I'm going to change his action. So this is going to be doers. So yeah, it's going to
Alright.
be you. And you're going. What do you? I'm sorry. You're
I
going
was fighting.
You're going to fight him.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. You two see that sword laying on the ground. He's going to scramble for it in a desperate attempt. Go ahead and make your roll, Erica. It's going to be contested. So this is going to be going to say a coordination athletics check as you guys scramble across the deck.
Uh-oh. 8. 12.
12. Oh my god. So you both, he sees it, lunges for it, you get up on all fours and scramble across from it. The two of you collide in at the same moment and grab at the sword. You both have a hand on the handle.
For the gun, they both reach for
The gun.
He goes, give me that, you little bastard! And
No!
you guys are locked in a strength check next round. You guys have both got your hands on the sword.
Okay.
This is the third time in this game you guys have rolled the exact same
That's
thing.
weird.
Okay, so top of the round.
Yeah. No. I haven't gone.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're gonna fight him.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
How do I?
he's kind of screwed right now
Yeah.
because he is so focused on getting this blade
Yep.
from Piggy. It's all you.
Yep. I don't have to like run towards him, do I?
He's far enough away. He's not far enough away where you would take an action to get to him.
Got it.
You can run right up to him and get your attack.
I do.
He's gonna get a reaction, but it's gonna be at a big penalty.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kill him.
You're gonna send him to hell.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
try to cut off his head.
Okay.
I know I said keep him alive.
The doctor reacts.
I know I said keep him alive, but like, nah.
You've seen that thing full of, like, the way he decorated his room with bones.
Yeah, nah.
You're,
Or as Greg likes to say in The Last Starfighter, you prefer not to think of it as death, but as battling evil in another dimension.
Yeah. I'm not killing a person.
Chop his head off.
I'm killing a monster.
All right, go ahead and make your roll. He sees you coming. He's going to attempt to get out of the way. Mm-hmm. I'm going to rule, in order for him to react to you, he's going to have to let go of the sword.
Okay.
So, because you're resisting him. And before that check can happen, he's going to have to let go. So, you're charged down the deck with the sword up. His eyes widen. Go ahead and make your roll.
Wow, I should have done a story point.
Don't be so sure.
Are you sure? It's a 10. I'll spend a story point to make it a success.
To raise it one level.
Yeah,
So 10, so that would...
because that's 10 is a fail, right?
No, well, remember, the difficulty is what he rolls to contest you. So you don't actually know yet. But you could spend a story point to...
I'll spend a story point just in case.
So that would get... Well, how would that work here? I think it would give you...
Is that a thing I can do?
I don't...
I don't have to if I can't do
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
That's
But
fine.
you are going to hit him.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any
Then,
better.
okay,
But you're only just going to hit him. So you're
That's
not going to
fine.
be decapitating anything.
okay.
Let's see, it's a sword, so it's your strength. What's your strength again?
Right now it's at a 2.
So 4
Unless that
damage.
goes away.
Huh?
I got penalized. Does that wear
No,
off?
you're fine.
Or?
No.
Oh, then it's
Why
a
were you
3.
penalized?
You said I had to take 1 to my resolve and my strength.
Oh, so that doesn't actually... Oh, yeah, that's true. So what's your strength at right now?
It's now at 2.
It's now at 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, yeah. So 2 plus 2 for the sword damage.
Yeah.
So 4 total.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If anybody at home has been watching me constantly touch my forehead, it's because I have had an extraordinary headache for the past hour and a half. So, thank you, Zax. Thank you, Zax.
You've been hiding it beautifully.
But this is so much fun. I slept wrong, so my neck has been hurting all morning, and it gives you a wretched headache. Tall people problems. Okay, so strength, so 2 plus 2,
Yeah. 4
so
damage.
4 total. He's got tough, so he's only going to take 2 damage. But okay, so he's going to take the hit. Let's see where it goes to. His arm. You hit his arm. You're not going to hit his head,
Oh, bummer.
but you are going to do damage to his arm. You're going to do 2 points of damage. He's looking rough.
Yeah.
And I built this guy to give you guys a fight.
I
but he's-
slipped on his
he's
blood
looking
and
rough.
missed his head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He instinctively, seeing the blade come for his face, he raises his arm and gets a gash across his forearm. That's going to be your action. He had to let go of the sword. That was the end of the round. So now we're at the top of the round again. Talkers?
Fight.
Fight? Okay. He's going to be a talker this round. What do you...
I'm gonna talk to.
Okay, you're gonna do talker
Yeah.
as well. How about you, Doctor?
I've closed the tear. His paper's blank. Help isn't coming for him. But I'm also all the way inside the room. Would it take me a runner to get out to where they are? Or
Your action, C20. It would, yeah, you would end your round right up where they are.
all right, I'd better rejoin them. Yeah.
Okay,
Because there's nothing else in here, right? The tear's gone. There's nothing to scan.
the tear closes up after you did your higgery jiggery. But yeah, closes up, jiggery pokery. So yeah, you run back outside to see the chaos that's
Runner.
happening. The fire has not spread. This is a little oil fire. Don't want to let that go too much. When you get outside though, Amy, the doctor does see combat everywhere. There's splashes of purple blood, some red blood too, where Gina got knifed and slashed. But the beach is full-on pirate warfare. Popping sounds, gun smoke going off, screaming shouts, swords clanging. You hear the explosions of grenades being hurled into ranks of other fighters. Cries, the sounds of death, the sounds of brutality, just all over the place. And in the back, you do see a body fall out of the mainmast of the ship, colliding heavily onto the deck and breaking as it smashes into the wood down below. One of the crates that it smashes into explodes into splinters as whoever that was comes to a violent end, crashing into the deck. You don't know. No idea. Yeah, you are in the middle of a full-on pirate murder fest right now.
But technically, I shouldn't be there because the talkers go first.
You get there, but but because you're not taking an action, I'm letting you know what the scene is when you get outside. So that's the talkers. So now we're at talkers. All right. At the same time that you come out and see this, and what are you doing, Gina? I'm sorry.
I said fighting.
You're gonna fight? Okay. His action is he puts his hands up and starts saying something in an alien language, but it looks like surrender to you. It doesn't take much. He's got a pathetic look on his face, and he's going.
Is he surrendering?
Yes, he's definitely surrendering. He's got his hands up like this, and it's almost like he's covering his face. His hands are shaking a little bit, like he's just taken a lot of damage. You're talking as well?
Tell the crew to stand down. It's over. Call them off.
He goes, stand down! Stand down! Stand down! He just starts shouting that out. Stand down! Okay,
Okay.
what are you doing?
All right here?
He's kind of at your mercy.
I know he is. I know. Alright, I'll take a penalty. I won't fight him. But I'll take the guns off his body.
Gain a story point.
Yay.
You, in the spirit of compassion, which is very commonplace.
I don't kill unarmed weaklings.
Yeah. You get a story point back as you, instead of delivering a fatal blow to an unarmed creature at your mercy, you reach down and disarm him. You pull that belt right, it just slides right off. He doesn't resist at all. He sees what you're doing and just lets that happen.
I'm
You
just
also
thinking,
see-
this is why I love this planet.
You also see a lot of the pirates that are on board the ship that we're fighting. They immediately step back and raise their swords in the air as people begin to surrender. Everyone starts to back off. The fighting on the beach, however, is still that is in full chaos mode. There's no stopping that. So you guys kind of are watching that happen. But here we're ending combat now as Ambrose is officially surrendered to you. As combat is finishing up on the beach.
Make way for the captain.
A few of the men on the boat, on here on the ship, the pirates, they all immediately drop their swords, keep their hands up. You guys,
How do we stop the people on the beach? Is there a way to signal?
maybe.
Is there like a flag or something we can wave?
Martin.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Quite
Yeah,
dark.
climbing to the main, as a sailor, I'll tell you now, climbing to the mainmast and cutting down the flag.
All right.
That would be an excellent symbol. It's gonna be tricky for them to spot it because it's a black flag
Yeah.
against a black knight, but it's entirely possible. especially if you fire off a gunshot or maybe something to get their attention.
Something
Yeah.
to distract
We do
them.
have
Sure.
some cannons
Right.
as well.
Yeah. But I was worried
They
about
seem like they
shooting
make
them
it worse. Yeah.
into the.
Shoot them the other way, into the bay, into the bay.
Yeah.
Piggy starts climbing up the main mast.
As you run over to the ropes of the main mast,
Right.
and coming down the ropes, you see Martin.
Oh, thank God, you idiot! I'm so glad you're alive!
He says, yeah, I think I did all right. I signaled everybody.
You did it.
He
You did
falls into your arms.
So good.
He literally falls into your arms the moment you say, you did so good, and he collapses into your arms.
Let me take a look at that.
Yeah.
Martin,
You rush over, and
Got 3 medicine.
please.
he's taken a gunshot to
Martin.
his, it looks like his rib cage. And he's so excited. He's like, did you see what I did up there?
Brave lad, you wonderful lad.
You did it, Martin. You did
He-
so good.
He looks like he's trying to focus on you, and he's like, I feel like I did good.
Mom will be proud of us.
Do we have a new captain?
Yeah, it's Captain Finn. He's great.
I need you to make a medicine check.
Yep. Medicine plus.
This would be ingenuity plus medicine.
No story point. Save him. I like Martin.
I rolled before I declared
know.
it, but I'll spend 1 to bump up the success if this doesn't work.
Okay.
9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17.
You can stabilize him. With the 17,
Yep.
the bullet went straight through. You can stabilize him, and after that, it'll be up to him. But you can stabilize him.
Right. Hold on, give me the space for 1 moment here.
Please help.
Is everything all right?
Good, brave lad.
Martin looks at you as he's kind of looks like he doesn't even notice that he's
Martin,
going
you're
into shock.
Great, you did so good. Just look at me.
Pig-
Just look at me.
He's like, what is it, what's wrong? Are
It's
you okay?
No, it's fine.
Have you been hurt?
No, I'm fine. And the captain, he wasn't the captain, and it's, but he's given up now. We won.
He smiles weakly and says, Piggy, I'm really sorry for all the things I said about girls.
It's all right.
Quite right.
I didn't want anyone else to know.
Yeah, thanks.
And
did real
he
good.
starts to lose consciousness as you are packing
You
him
did
up.
so good, Martin.
A few moments pass and you hear cheers on the beach as more people are laying down arms. Looks like you won't have to cut down that pirate flag.
Sweet.
But more and more cheers are up on the beach as you are all kind of taking stock and trying to figure out who won.
Yeah.
Which will do a TV cut in Doctor Who fashion as you're all kind of catching your breath from everything. It's the next morning. Sun has come up.
We checked for any survivors down in the hold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you do discover down in the hold is, as the pirates have kind of explored, there's a lot of treasure down here. Your crew is going to be filthy effing rich.
Yep.
Especially because
Our
they get
crew.
a cut of this. Yeah.
Our
They get a cut of
crew.
this. So the cut scene that we're jumping to now is the Abigail and the Saucy Jack side by side, anchored here off. Crew are all bandaged up. Some of the men have been put in the hold. Some of them have joined your crew now. The Aberdeen, he's been put into the cell. You know he can't shape change again unless he eats somebody else. So they might have a pirate way of dealing with him. You don't know yet.
Isn't it
but
called
the-
an Abertide?
Aberdeen, I think it's called.
Oh,
Abertide.
I thought it was Abertide.
Oh, it's Tide. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Abertide. And everybody's sort of assembled up on the deck. And
I warned them that he may have picked up a touch of the cannibalism. Not unknown to pirates. I think.
yeah, Tall Jim, who has his arm in a sling, is making sure everyone stays away from the Devil Captain and his cannibalistic
Jim's
tendencies.
alive.
Yes, Tall Jim lives.
Yay!
So the crew's assembled on the deck.
Locked up.
Ambrose is locked up.
Just saying, you've got excellent first
The
aid
TARDIS, by the
material.
way, is no longer locked here from the tear in time.
Yay.
This last tear seems to have sort of unmoored it, basically, unanchored it. You guys are all assembled up on the deck. They're doing 3 cheers for the captain!
Yeah!
All of you like cheers, shouting up, yeah. Huzzah! Some of the new, some of the old guy with the no teeth and stuff like, he's completely fine. He's like, grabbing you by the shoulder and shaking you and smiling. He's like, we're going to be bloody rich, lad. We're going to be bloody rich.
I told you it'd work out, Mary.
Can't believe this worked out. This is great.
Oh no, you did good.
I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to have 50 wives. I'm going to... and then
gross.
Martin
That's
says,
gross.
no. Martin, who's like leaning up against the hold, he's got like this bandage around him. He goes, no. Not 50 wives. You can have one. One wife.
Good lad, Martin.
Martin.
So yeah, and
Actually,
you guys are
I
assembled, yeah.
yeah, I wanna address
Okay,
my
what do you want
new
to say?
crew.
Captain Finn's
How-
talking.
How many people are still alive? How big is my
You
crew now?
lost probably about 12 men.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Considering you were fighting a bunch of drunk pirates on the beach,
Yeah.
that means that the drunk pirates put up a hell of a fight, but yeah.
Yeah.
Grenades.
And how many of their
Grenades and drunk
crew
pirates. What's that?
Is how many of their crew is on our side now?
Looks like, pretty much everyone that was rebelling, so a little under half the crew.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a full complement. You have enough to sail both ships, but you need to head straight for harbor. Because you
Got a
guys
bit of
are,
a
you're gonna be,
fleet,
you're gonna have
haven't
to
you?
skeleton.
ships.
You're gonna, yeah, you are technically you are Commodore Finn now. So you're gonna have to
I think the king will be quite
skeleton
pleased.
crew on both of these. But yeah, Abigail is yours.
Can we rename her?
What would you like to rename her?
Well,
What?
maybe.
I've got an idea.
What?
Oh,
Oh, what were you going to say?
well, something like the Good Doctor.
That's adorable.
But you had an idea too.
I did have an idea, and it's equally as adorable because I had a similar idea. Okay, but all right, I'm gonna address
Okay.
everyone.
Captain speaking.
5 minutes.
Okay. All right, men, you fought well, and I assure you all know we have quite a bit of treasure down in the hole, and thanks to Ambrose, we'll be getting a bit more. I have a confession I'd like to say to you all. I'm done lying. From this moment on, I'm going to be your captain, and I'll be honest, and we will pirate together.
Everyone's looking at each other, kind of like.
My name is Maggie Alexander. If you have a problem with that, now's your time to leave. I won't stop you. But if you want to sail on two of the greatest ships that this ocean has ever seen, stay with me, and we will be a glorious mark on history.
There's a few dramatic moments as the crew just kind of looks at each other, kind of like shifty-eyed, and then tall Jim leans forward and goes, "We knew, Captain. We already knew." Right? And everyone's like, yeah. The murmurs throughout all of the men are like, yeah, we kind of knew already. Like you see everybody going, but we'll still do the other thing. And everyone's like,
God love ya.
Silent leans in and he goes, Duncan's character, he leans into and he goes, Doctor, not that I haven't had the time of my life, but do you think maybe I could go home for a bit? Maybe
I
no?
think we'd better run along. We have a long way to travel. It has been an honor, Captain Maggie.
Absolute pleasure, Doctor. Come back anytime. Though trouble seems to come with you, so maybe not too soon.
We'll be careful. You be careful out there with your fleet, and it was an honor to meet you too.
Thank
Piggy.
you, Doctor. Thanks for saving my friends in the ship.
You did much of the saving yourselves.
Yeah, I guess we did, didn't we, Martin?
Priscilla,
Yes,
do you ever fancy being a first mate?
Me?
From cabin boy to first mate.
She just did a whole lot of good.
Really?
Yeah? How would you like to sail on the Priscilla?
I think you're the man for the job.
Thank you, Captain. Oh, I'll do you proud. I promise.
I know.
Thank you.
Piggy! Piggy! Everyone starts shouting it out. So now we come to our goodbye scene. You were standing in front of the TARDIS with the Doctor. The TARDIS is yours for the leaving. Duncan's character, Cillian, just says, well, it's been something. Thanks for letting me hang off the back of your ship and get shot at.
As you've probably guessed, we've come from a bit farther away than we were letting on.
I had. But, you know, I think I'll just let this one slide.
Aye, that's the spirit of adventure, I know. I love it here.
If you ever feel like taking me with you one day, wouldn't mind seeing the kind of seas you get to explore.
We do. If you could fancy yourself a passenger, I might see you again.
I look forward to the next time.
Best of luck to you, Captain.
You too, Doctor.
You see her open the door to this bizarre blue box with the words police box written on it. And as it swings open, you see a massive room on the inside. And you just watch this woman saunter down a catwalk as the doors close.
Oh, wait, I want to shout something
What?
before she leaves. Because you said this was your fault earlier. So I want to shout. And Doctor, this may have been your fault, but I believe you'll fix it.
And the last thing you see is on the Doctor's face is a smile crack as the doors close, and you all hear the familiar whirring, wheezing sound of the TARDIS as it begins to fade out of existence and then finally disappear. And you look at your first mate for the first time. The whole high seas and God knows what else in front of you is two of the most famous female pirates to ever sail are about to launch into their timeline. And
I'm running
wraps
straight
up-
to the library to look up the records of you two, quantum leap
Yeah,
style, to see
run
what
over there.
happens now. Like,
And that will bring a close to our third session of the Doctor Who RPG. Yay! Well done! You guys managed to take out Ambrose without killing him. I honestly
know.
thought Gina was going to have to strike him down, but
So
you guys
did
did
I.
good. So tune in next time. We're headed to London.
Ooh.
We're going back to modern day. And we're
trying
going
to
to pick it up from
take
there.
Cillian home.
Yeah, so tune in for our next episode as the plot thickens. You've finally gotten a little bit of information from the other Doctor and one of the other realities. You've made contact with one of your other regenerations from an alternate reality who might have more information for you. So stay tuned so we can figure out how this is possible and what the Doctor is up against. And thanks for playing with us, Erica.
Thank you.
Oh, so much fun, so much fun. And Gina, yay! Yeah, so tune in next Friday and see you guys then. And happy birthday again, Tom Baker.
Yay!
Bye, everybody.